All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing better now. Had a rough start to the morning here.
Oh,
I made a tactical error this morning. So Friday's normally the day I go for a run, and I said, my wife gets up and goes to work at like 5:15 in the morning, right, on Fridays. So she gets up, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna run. It's my last day, my last run before I go on vacation, and I can run on a beach next time. So let's go for a run. Didn't even think anything of it. Got kitted up, got my headlamp on because, of course, it's pitch black out there. I get out and I'm all psyched. I get about half a kilometer in and I'm like, what is happening? I'm wheezing and I'm starting to cough. And I'm like, I think I
oh
lasted
no.
about a kilometer and a half and I aborted and I just went back home. And I got inside and I looked, minus 35 out there.
Yeah, it's a little cold.
So that's like minus 31 Fahrenheit. It's practically the same temperature. So I get back in. I'm like, no wonder. And I didn't even sweat the whole time I was out there. I'm like, it was just too cold. And I have a little bit of asthma, but it normally doesn't bother me. But at minus 35, it reared its head. I was coughing for like the next hour and a half. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
this is stupid. Thank God I'm leaving within 48 hours. I'm getting the hell out of here, man. This is dumb. I didn't even think to check it. I didn't think to check the time. Silly me. I'm like, I know it was cold. I thought it was minus 20. It'd be fine, whatever. It's
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was too much. Too much. My
It,
body said, not doing it. Yeah.
no,
So
it's
anyway.
cold, man. It's really cold. Over here, it's about 6 in the mornings when I wake up to take the kids. So, and there's no wind. So it's like it's 6 and it feels 6, right? Any little bit
Yeah.
of movement or wind, forget it. That's a whole
Oh
nother
yeah.
level. But thankfully, the
You
wind
know,
is just calm and everything's relaxed.
For anybody that's never lived in real cold, yeah, they don't understand winter wind. Like it could be minus 20
Yeah.
and you'll be fine. But minus 20 with like a 1 mile an hour wind, you're freezing your ass off. Like
Yeah.
totally, totally different, right?
And it's funny because I used to travel to New York. Some New York people don't get this. If you live in New York, I lived in New York. If you're
Yeah.
in between the buildings, you're fine. They come to Jersey and they're like, "What is happening?" It's like another world, right? There's no buildings blocking that wind. And if you
Yeah.
go tailgating, I've been to tailgating. I'm like, "Listen, you got to layer up." Oh, it's not that cold. This is 30. I'm like,
Yeah.
"You have to layer it up, my friend, because there's a field, and when that wind gets going, it's gonna feel
Yeah.
negative 30. That's a big, big
I
difference.
always say no matter where in the world you are, you're somewhere special if the air hurts you.
Yes,
So the air shouldn't
absolutely.
hurt.
That should definitely not hurt. Friends, good morning to
Uh,
everybody over on YouTube, in our chat room, and on X. Good morning to everybody there. Quick look at our gap positions this morning as we kick off this Friday. Tons of stuff in the green and even more in the red. So we'll dive into all of this and see what's going on. Earnings in full swing, so we'll talk about that as well as we see SanDisk leading, not leading, but up here pretty nice, 22%. I mean, can this thing go any higher? So looking forward to see that one. I haven't heard about the earnings yet
well,
on this one, but I'm sure Peter, you got the details. It's crazy. It's just crazy. So let's see if the numbers
uh,
are
yeah.
reflective of what their daily looks. So we'll get into that. All right. Before we do that, Peter, U.S. economic calendar. What do we got going on for today?
Yeah, pretty light this morning. We do have a couple of numbers here on the economic calendar. In fact, I should update these. Where is it? Here it is. Basically, the PPI, Producer Price Index number came out, and it actually came out a little bit of a surprise, positive, and quite a bit higher than expected. 0.2% was the expectation on the core and non-core. Came out at 0.5 and 0.7. So, that's pretty good. The year over year was 3% growth, which was over the 2.7% estimate. So all in all, it was quite a positive little morning on that data. The only thing we have to look forward to for the rest of the day is at 9:45 the Chicago Business Barometer, and of course the usual news. Should anything happen, not that I have any expectation that we will. Yeah, have you noticed how quiet the White House has been recently? Seems like just unusually quiet. So I'm waiting for at some point. I mean, often what happens when you get the quiet week, that's when the weekend when the weekend happens. So and then somebody starts watching TV and then decides to send things out on Truth Social. So we'll see what happens. Who knows? But it's been pretty quiet, and that's not a bad thing because it's allowed, I think, some good trading opportunity out there in the markets. I think it's given us some interesting days. Not easy, but they never are. Recent, you know what? It's been months. I feel since we've really had like an easy day where you can just say, man, everything was just like it was just so obvious and telegraphing. But maybe that's just my trading strategies. I feel like they've been a little more challenging, but there when you pay attention. So let's see what we get today. I'm looking forward to it because, as you point out, Carlos, we've got some interesting earnings that happened overnight. We're going to talk about a few of them here today.
All right, absolutely, friends. Let's jump right into it. All right, let's take a look. Gappers list leading the way, up 65% this morning. It is LRHC. So LRHC, as you can see here, 19 million shares traded, up 68%. Lower price stock. So again, you can see the action happening here. Flow under a million. Typically not something we like, but clearly tons of volume, Peter, this morning.
La Rosa Holdings. Let's see. They had a stock split that happened earlier this week on Monday, I think it was, on the 26th. So that actually took them down to the super low float because they used to have 5.3 million shares in the float. Now the reason why they have less than about 500,000 is because they did a 10-for-1 reverse. So Carlos, I'm not a fan of things that had reverse stock splits. So, you can look at this as a $5 stock or just remind yourself it's really a $50 stock, a 50-cent stock, sorry, in disguise, because they did that reverse split on Monday. The fact that it's popping up, I don't really see any news. Smaller float, this can happen. It actually looks good pre-market, but it's not the type of thing I normally trade. Who knows? Maybe it'll be in play. If you like the popcorn stocks, this could be your jam.
Yeah, I sure can. I personally don't like it, so we'll leave that one alone, friends. All right, let's continue here. Next is going to be... Oh, hold on. Oh, it disappeared. So I guess it went under $5. It looks like, okay, it disappeared. PM is leading the way now. PMN. So PMN. It's another one here, up 62% this morning. 2.2 million shares traded. The float on this one also under a million. So be careful, friends. Moving here, Promise Neuroscience is the name of the company.
Yeah, Promise Neuroscience, a Canadian biotech company that basically just got some extended funding. They received an extra $175 million in funding, which is enough to keep them doing their research through 2028. They're focusing on Alzheimer's drugs, and they do have a drug in phase 1B trials. So it's good news that they get this cash infusion. Tradable, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but not what I normally go for. It doesn't look bad,
Yeah.
but yeah. Oh yeah, I don't. What the heck? Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah. Very, very active. Definitely.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
it's weirdly super active right now. But notice that the activity started at like 8 a.m. sharp, and there's like absolutely nothing in the early market on it. So yeah, this is a weird one. It just looks very weird.
Yeah. Very explosive right now, friends. Be very careful. Low flow ticker. Look at it go here, making a new high at 21.94. I'm going to add it to my popcorn ticker down there because I do want to see what takes place there. All right, next. Brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Friends, you can always see what's happening here. ANL is another one that's on deck this morning, up 50%. Not as active in the pre-market as some other ones we just saw here. A lot of the movement here seemed to have taken place after hours. After hours, the big move from 650 to about 13, as high as 13, 14, and now pretty much going flat for this pre-market session. So big jump after hours, Peter. Big day on yesterday, actually. Big day on Thursday as well. It was not on our radar because a stock that's under $5. Typically, we don't look at these type of tickers when they're lower price, but they're here today. Float on this one a little bit higher at 22 million shares float.
Yeah. This I've been struggling with just how to pronounce this stock. The company name. It's a Chinese biotech company with vowels and consonants in weird places. It's Adelaide Nortai.
Yeah, what?
You look at the name. You tell me how you pronounce it. I
Yeah,
think I
that's
heard something trying to do that.
yeah.
Anyways, Uh, they I don't really see any good news. They had some coverage initiation by an analyst. Nothing really out of the company, but you know what? This is like, when you get a low float biotech out of China, I mean, what they say they're going to cure cancer. I mean, they're you go to their webpage, they say they're going to transform deadly cancer into a chronic and eventually curable disease. So, okay. Interesting way to phrase that, but yeah, that's their plan.
All right, there
So
it is.
can Simone wants me to repeat the name. Sure. Yeah, it's this is properly pronounced. It's Adlai Norte. There you go. You're welcome.
Oh man,
That's how you say it. It's
sounds like some kind of TV character from my kids' movies. I try to figure out. I think it might be Shrek. I think it might be the donkey in Shrek sounds like that, where he
when
gets
they're
drunk.
drunk.
Yeah, I think so. This one, yeah, I can't. You sounded just like him. I gotta figure that out. I'm sure my kids would have picked it up right away. But man, that was pretty close. All right, let's see what is going on here. One that's probably gonna make. This is not gonna make a list, by the way. I think other ones look much better. One that's definitely gonna make our list today. SanDisk, SNDK.
Oh my goodness.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's tradable though. That's the thing. I mean, I love what they're doing here. I just don't know if it's tradable, Peter. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope it is. I mean, frankly, this is what fun this has been. And we didn't pay attention to it through much of its life cycle. It's only been trading for a little less than a year, as somebody pointed out to me the other day. And we largely ignored it through its growth. I mean, this IPO'd around $50, and look at it now, $660 this morning, which is
massive.
absolutely insane. Now, you sort of asked a question in passing. Is it worth the valuation? I don't know. The market thinks so. So I guess the short answer is always yes, right? It's worth whatever price the market chooses to put upon it. They had great earnings, and their revenue had jumped 64% quarter over quarter to beat the numbers and the analyst expectations. They also gave bullish guidance, giving an estimate range above analyst expectations. They say they've got new partnership deals that's going to allow them to manufacture even more cheaply, more cost effectively. And their pipeline backlog is super good. So like all the news was positive, so people are pretty excited about it. They had some debt pay down. They've got good cash flow. Like they were just hitting it on every measure. And of course, they're talking about all of their services that are focused on the AI sector. So, I don't know. I mean, Carlos, the news was good. The stock was reacting positively. I mean, this thing's up 22%. Is it the next Nvidia? Well, it sort of already is. I mean, it's at least moved faster than Nvidia has over the equivalent period. But let's keep in mind, this is an $80 billion company, which is a great size company, and they've been around for a very long time. But you got a long way to go before you get into the $1 trillion club, right? So.
Yep. Sorry, I
So
was on mute there. Oh, sorry about that. Um, yeah, I'm adding to the list, man. But it's just wild, man. Just wild. I'd love to see that daily SNDK going on my primary list here because I want to keep a close eye on it. I just don't know how well it's going to trade. That's going to be the challenge with this one this morning. All right. What else? Gappers list. Oh, wow, this gap up list is getting smaller. Are things kind of heading south a little bit? Things seems to just be shrinking here. So Light is the next one. LITE. LITE is up 7.5 this morning, 253,000 shares traded. Peter, again, doesn't look good. Doesn't really get a whole lot of volume. So I probably won't be watching this one. There's so much better tickers to look at. This won't be it.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. The only thing that seems to be moving it is they did launch a leveraged ETF against this called LITX. So if you're really interested in the stock, you can now trade that ETF like we have on so many other stocks, right? We were talking about this just the other day. Nvidia, Tesla, all the big ones have these ETFs now. Lumentum does. So good for them.
All right, good for them. Not so much interested in that. Next is going to be COHR. COHR. Ticker sounds familiar. Let's see what this is about. I think we've seen this before. Normally doesn't trade very well. We are up 7% here, 270,000 shares traded. It's not a low flow, but they get really light volume for the most part throughout their entire trading day. So not interested in it, Peter. Again, I'm going to hold off for some of the better tickers that I know we're going to get.
Yeah, I don't really see anything that interesting. There was a report in which they were mentioned and talked about their AI, the work they're doing with AI in the medical space. But other than that, everybody's doing AI. By the way, I read a
Yeah.
fantastic article the other day, written by the CEO of, it was one that Gary, I think that you sent me. Anyways, the CEO of, now I'm going to forget the name of the company. Starts with an A. Anyways, an AI company. Is fascinating, his view on where AI could go and what the risks are and what the opportunity is for humanity. It's was a very long read, but very fascinating. Anyways, so AI, Carlos, it's either going to save us or kill us. Nobody knows which.
I agree.
But
There's going to be no in between with this one.
it's yeah,
Yep.
it feels like, most relationships that people have had, right? This is either going to be the best thing in my life or it's going to tear me apart. I just don't know which one. And maybe both.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
welcome. Welcome to our new girlfriend. It's you just don't know. Where do they
Yeah.
sit on the hot crazy matrix? We'll find out.
That's it. Dutch Trader, welcome, my friends, to Lambos and Garbage Truck family. Good to see you there. We've been seeing you in chat quite a bit, and it looks like you have decided to join the family. So welcome to you. All right, friends. Let's see what else we have here. So far, not much. Just two for me: SanDisk and PMN. Excuse me, I said too many M's or N's there. PMN is the ticker, and that's more just for fun. It's not really. I don't think it's really tradable. SoFi is next. Let's see what's happening here. They're up 6% this morning. 8.8 million shares traded. This one can actually be a good one. I do like the pre-market activity. That's just tons of volume. Look at the nice breakout above the previous day close, and now it's just kind of hanging out here at 25, as high as 26.33. So this could be interesting. I know they can trade well. Typically, you guys watch this one a lot. I see you guys watching it all the time. I barely put it on my list, but maybe today, if the news is good, Peter, we can have it on there.
Yeah, I mean, they had earnings this morning. They beat their numbers on both top and bottom line. I don't, SoFi is a funny one that I used to watch all the time, thinking it's got to give some good, exciting trading, and I was always left wanting. So I don't know. I mean, I marked it down here this morning. I see it's got like 9 million shares traded, but even look at it pre-market. Look at the I mean, again, a 1 minute chart sort of shows it even better. But it's just, look how sideways it's been. Like, and this is 8 o'clock, right? I don't think you should be seeing trading like that at 8 a.m. where you're just like bouncing up and down in a 5-10 cent range. Like that's so, yeah. If that's what we're getting now, you're not likely to have much more fun when it opens. My
Yeah,
opinion, of course.
yeah, but that's usually what happens with this ticker. Like on the days I watch, it doesn't trade very well, and then when I don't watch it, you guys are taking amazing trades, right? So I'll put it in a
Yep.
secondary. Let's see what it does. We'll keep a closer eye than we mostly do on it, but let's see what happens. All right, what else, friends? Gap up list. We have VZ. Is this Verizon or Visa? Verizon, I think.
Yep. No,
It is
Verizon.
Verizon. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Verizon left us without connection for a couple of days. Actually, no, it's like a couple of hours, like a day and change. Just about 3 weeks ago, it completely just died in across the country here. But here they are, up 5%, 2.6 million shares traded, Peter. Again, typically they don't trade very well, but what's the news today? Maybe that could be interesting.
It was earnings this morning. Despite leaving you dataless for a while, they still beat their numbers. So thank you for paying your bill, Carlos. They delivered a little over 36 billion when the estimate was a little under, and they over delivered on the bottom line. So they also made more money than expected off of you. So you're welcome. Uh, they
There you go.
they also announced they think that they're undervalued by unveiling a $25 billion share repurchase program and a dividend to their shareholders of 70 cents. So once again, they're taking money from your bill and they're giving it to their shareholders. So once again, thanks, Carlos.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I gotta call them. I gotta call them. Usually, about every couple of years, I call
Yeah,
them up and say, "Hey, listen, AT&T's giving me this. What you got? Oh, thank you for being
yeah,
with us for so many years. Blah 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 blah." And I got their internet too, which is awesome. I can't complain about
yep.
their internet. Phone service, a whole different story, but their internet has not let me down. I gotta tell you, this pre-market show runs really smooth. Everything has been excellent there. But yeah, as far as day trading, not great. So we'll leave this one alone. Although again, could be a secondary today, Peter. What do you think about this pre-market action right now, though? From 39.70 to 42, almost. Like, what's your thoughts?
It's better than I would have expected, to be honest. Good volume. I mean, this is a nicey stock. So New York's, I don't expect them to trade as much volume and as actively pre-market. So it looks pretty good. Now that being said, I got this weird I can't really tell you what it's doing on a daily because it's all funked up for me. I've got this big
It's
wick here
messed up with
back.
this wick. Yeah, this wick
Yeah.
back in the yeah.
Like so yeah, I
Goes to
can't
like
tell what's
zero.
going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is a little crazy. But it looks like it's gapping up nicely above its average price, so it seems, decent anyways, but secondary at best, in my
Yep.
opinion.
All right, there you go. Yeah, well, I'll put on a secondary. Let's see if it can survive there for now, depending on what else we find to put on our list. So let's put Verizon here because I gotta admit this pre-market action does look very good. The more I look at it, it's just is it going to trade that well at the market open? It is a nicey ticker, so you already know how those can trade a little bit different, a little bit more challenging. CPNG is next on the list here, and this is just pure garbage. I don't see anything I love here on this one. Not on the daily, not on the uh,
There you go. Roll it out.
intraday. Yeah, truck is not even letting me finish my sentences, cutting me right off, which I completely get. Yeah, that doesn't look good, Peter.
Yeah, I don't see anything that I like about it. This is a retail company, Coupang, but yeah, I got nothing. I don't care.
Yeah, garbage truck that thing. All right, let's go. Let's keep going, friends. We're almost done with our gap up list. Not a whole lot left here. MU, USAR, and also WDC. So let's take a look at MU here this morning. These guys, another all-time highs.
Yeah,
This thing keep listing
yeah.
on me. Another
I know.
all-time highs. There it is. Up 3.5,
It,
1.6 million shares traded. It just finds a way, Peter. It looks like.
it's really a shame that I personally don't like to trade it because yeah, this thing just all time high. I mean, and it's been doing it day after day after day, right? Not every day. They're not all green, but man, what a steady rise it's had over the last 2 months. And that's just an acceleration of what it had been doing for the last 6 months. So it's really on a tear here, and I don't know. Maybe I should start watching it a little closer. But every time I have, Carlos, for whatever reason, I don't know what's different about this one compared to like the AMD or Nvidia, but I watch it and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I just can't. For somehow it doesn't compute for me. So.
All right. Yeah, that it's crazy. I think it's worth adding. So I am gonna add it to my list here. Yeah, let's put it next to SanDisk. Let's see what it does today. All right. What else, friends? And then we have a couple of more towards the bottom here. WDC and USAR. USAR. We've been talking about this all year. Obviously, it's been in play as rare earth minerals and silver and all this other stuff. And mining companies. It's just been really, really active. I never really liked the way this thing trades, and I have put it on the list before. I have done levels for it. I really don't like the price action on it. Even on their days, I believe it was this gap up here Again, even then, it gave us a really hard time. Like if you're able to go back and look at that 5 minute chart, it was not an easy trading day. Even Andrew had a hard time trading this one. Eventually, he was able to get something out of it, but it is not an easy stock to trade. So today, I expect less volume as things just kind of continue to get back to normal volume down here. I'm not gonna have it on my list. So Peter, not sure if you want to add anything else to that, but not one that I like this morning.
No, it's a little bit of a dead cat bounce here. Big down day yesterday. A gap down heavy, moved even lower, and it's just bouncing back a little bit of that. So I don't see anything newsworthy on it. It's just that bounce. But speaking of, yeah, all of our precious metals, yeah, silver down heavy this morning. So now, again, let's keep in mind we're still only back to the point we were at this time last week. So, nothing to panic about, but it's down quite a bit, about 15% off the highs. So that's a pretty significant move. Probably the biggest move. Well, not probably. It is the biggest move we've seen single day in over a year. So, while it's been slow and steady, this is sort of a big pullback. I know that a number of people were looking at this. Jared's been pretty bearish on this and looking for short opportunities. I hope he had a swing trade short on this because he's going to be pretty happy this morning, and I'd like that for him. So, anyways, yeah, silver is down. Gold is also down quite heavy, this morning. So, I'm sort of surprised to see USAR gapping up, but it's more it's antimony, right, and weird things like that, not gold and silver. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep going here, friends. And then WDC was the other one. So WDC. WDC, no space. Here it is. We are Western Digital. We were talking about this just a few days ago. We are up here 3.5 this morning, 947,000 shares traded. Very light volume for the most part on this one. But today, clearly in play. Look how beautiful this pre-market action looks this morning. So, Peter, what's the latest and greatest with WDC?
And well, like we were saying, hold on. I was getting the visual aids.
Visual aids ready.
I've got to unplug it because we've got both Western Digital and SanDisk going on here, and maybe you can tell. Maybe this is why SanDisk is doing better. Their technologies, but maybe that's just when I bought it. This one's a lot newer than this one, in fairness. But I did use both yesterday, and I got to say both worked. I did back up my stuff before going on vacation. You got to back up your work, make sure that it's all stored. But yeah, Western Digital also had earnings, so they're hanging in there with SanDisk. They say, wait, don't forget about me. And they also beat their numbers and raised their guidance in the quarter. So we shouldn't ignore them because they're also at all-time highs. Now it doesn't look as dramatic as what happened on SanDisk, but you know what? I mean, let's face it. Since April of last year, when they were trading at $30. Right? They're what, $287 right at the moment. So, I mean, they're not too shabby. April of last year, let's see, SanDisk was at also roughly $30. So they certainly have grown faster. But Western Digital's no slouch. So if you had either one of these in a portfolio, you're smarter than me. So. As for intraday trading, Carlos, I don't think it's going to give us really what we need for trading opportunity. But you never know. This is earnings day. If ever there was an opportunity, this could be it. This is a stock that trades normally under 10 million shares a day. Maybe today will be its day, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. Man, people, X makes things so complicated. They really do. So I'm trying to report someone that is impersonating me, and I got to figure this out. And I'm like, what is this? What do I have to just ban this guy from making? And then I get it now. These are glasses. I did not pick this up earlier. I'm like, well, so now I get it. Okay, match the glasses. Okay, got it. But it's like, seriously, like, come on, man. I just want to report this person and be done. Like,
unfortunately, being here, you get people that imitate you. I've had to report a number of different fake accounts over the years. And sometimes they make it very difficult.
Look,
They actually make it, even their language makes it feel like you have to justify your own existence and defend yourself. I'm like, I'm the one that's being scammed here. Can't you, make them prove who they are? But I guess
exactly.
they do that so people don't put in superfluous claims, because then they could do it the other way, right? Where someone
Like now,
just,
you want me to get my passport or my driver's license? Like I'm not. There, you just lost me. I'm not
yeah,
doing all of that. I'm not doing that. I'm just not doing that right now. See, so that
yeah.
doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why they cannot see this person clearly took my photo, right? Clearly blocked me, so I wouldn't find him. Ajit in chat found him, and he told me about it. If somebody does that, the algorithm should pick it up. Hey, you're doing something wrong here. Like that should not be that difficult. But
Yeah.
X is that's what it does. All right, Peter, that covers our gap up here. We don't have anything else listed. Anything else you like that might not be on the list this morning?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. We did actually cover everything that was gapping up from an earnings point of view, which surprised me. It all made the list. But Tesla, I think we need to talk about. Tesla had some interesting after hours movement where it was It was again having another day where it was moving down yesterday. Actually, a fairly big down day yesterday. And then it made this overnight rebound. So, you can never count Tesla out. It is just like it's like a cockroach. It keeps coming back. There's more. Anyways, and really this is because Elon was talking about SpaceX, which directly, frankly, has nothing to do with Tesla because it's going to be IPO'd independently. However, Tesla, I think for a while is still going to get that sympathetic bump every time we talk about, Elon's affiliated companies. But yeah, nice big boost there, and it's sitting up a little bit, not enough to have made our list because it's only up 1.7%, but always in play on lovely Tesla. And I guess that's really like there's a lot of red on my screen today. So I was, oh no, they're gapping down now. Never mind. So yeah, that's about it for the gap up.
Oh, I'm having too much fun with the chat this morning over on YouTube, and it's like that's crazy. So this person has a name that could be really racist, right? And that's actually her last name, but the platform pick it up as something racist, which is it's
Oh
not
yeah.
that. But I see that, man. That's
Oh
tough.
yeah.
That's tough. Yeah. So it's a lot of weird things out there. But I think software is more smarter than what they say they are. But for X, that's just another account that they can say to their advertisers, hey, look how many active accounts we have. So it's not in their best interest to get rid of fake accounts. I don't think right away it is, at least. So, all right. Let's continue, friends. What is gapping down this morning? BNAI continues to be on our list, this time on the way down after having what was just madness here, all the way up to 85.98. It might have hit 86, actually higher, I think. Close to 80, 87.90 here, and now back down to 31, as low as 17 this morning. I mean, this is just not tradable, but I got to say, it is a lot of fun to watch. Not so much now, but earlier when we were having all this up and down. I mean, this was awesome. So, Peter, what's your thoughts on this one? Hard to borrow on SSR, just all the flags that probably would not make this even enjoyable for me and you.
Yeah, there's look, I mean, a secondary offering is the short. There's a lot of concern. They've actually issued a couple of different debt offerings very recently, and a little concern that they're too quickly diluting their stock. But are you shocked? I mean, this is a company that, as we've talked about, has been suddenly hot, and they're trying to take advantage. So I just all we can do, Carlos, is watch as this thing bounces up and down. I still have never traded it. Don't have any plans in the short term to do so.
Yeah, yeah, we'll leave it alone. All right, what else we have here? HYMC,
Whoa,
HYMC. What happened?
whoa.
What we lose?
AMD's
Oh, what's
dropping
going
hard
on?
right now.
Ooh,
Or
ooh la la. What's happening with AMD?
ooh, ooh la
Go,
la, indeed,
going
Carlos.
on the list right here. AMD
Uh,
making its way
the
to
heck
that
is
list.
what the heck is going
That
on?
that did it get halted? No. Well, it wouldn't get halted on volatility,
No, it's
but
pre-market.
it will get halted on news. But that's still moving. Okay. Still moving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. Its earnings aren't
that's
until next
interesting.
week. I'm not sure what's I don't know what's causing this.
Yeah, interesting. So, it's almost a $10 drop there, which
Yeah.
again with a lot of volume too. Volume's coming in now, so let's see. Usually, if it wasn't something that was significant, it would just come down, come right back up. But the fact that we're staying here, that means that this is actual price action moving down. So not just like one of these things that just appears. Um, there it is. Spin Paris getting blocked again, but we unblocked you, so that's good. And all right, we'll see what's happening with AMD as we get the news, and let's see what else we have here. So next on the list is HYMC. So I did put AMD, by the way, on my primary list because that obviously looks interesting. We want to come back to that after we get some news on it. I think it was because Peter was mentioning other companies like HD and Seagate, and not mentioning AMD. So AMD is not liking that right there.
Yeah, AMD said,
HY,
"Hey, what about
hey,
me?"
yeah. What about us? We
So
have a
that's
partnership. You have our tattoo. You haven't been trading us. They're not happy about
yeah.
that.
I'm not sure
Uh,
that's a little self-destructive way to get somebody's attention. I'm not sure that's what I would recommend, but all right, if that's what you want to do, AMD, we're
yeah,
looking at you now.
yeah.
You've got our attention.
Got our attention, absolutely. HYMC, Highcroft Mining, another mining company. Okay, I see what's happening. All the mining tickers. I just looked at the entire list. They're all to the right this morning, and to the right I mean gapping down. So here it is, everything gapping down. HL, which is they had a big sell off yesterday. How did that end up? We were looking at, remember silver.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, the world might be over now, but they had their big sell off here, and wow, it's actually gapping down pretty good on silver today.
Yeah. Yep.
All right,
Did
so
you not? We were just talking about that. But yes,
no,
yes,
I missed
silver
it.
is.
I was in chat talking about names and
You
peoples
were
and stuff.
you
Yeah,
were trying to like report bad users. You weren't listening to me.
I
That's
was
okay. All
reporting.
right.
Yeah. Fill
I
us
know
in on
how it
silver.
works. All right. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, 15% gap down, big move here, and it's going to be taking a lot of these companies down. So that's gold too. Gold is also moving down fairly aggressively, but silver's of course been the leader. As it's been leading up, it is now leading down. So
Yeah. So wow, this is just getting destroyed here. Look how much takers we have in the gap down list that are silver. So Peter, do you have anything you watch on silver as far as day trading? Is there any one
no.
ticker that's like, okay, I'm gonna put this one on deck?
I mean,
Um,
this one, SLV, is really the only one that I watch,
yeah,
just so I get an indication overall where it's going. But I've never traded any of them. Maybe I should,
okay,
but I haven't.
yeah. Today it looks probably rather interesting. I want to say. I'll put SLV on here. Just remind me to look at other silver tickers, if anything that is possibly tradable. Clearly, this stuff is in play today, friends. I mean, just look at the drop in the volume that we are getting this morning. All right, aside from that, the rest of the list seems to be just all gold, silver, and then towards the bottom, we do see a little bit of some cryptocurrencies, Riot, CLSK, Clean Spark. So we got some of that going on there. Not much, about 2% down, which is not a whole lot. I mean, the list is massive. So, Peter, we're going to save some time here. What do you like this morning on the gap down, or anything that might not be on deck this morning?
Well, one that is still gapping down is Visa. They did have earnings. They beat their numbers. They announced a 67-cent dividend. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, they always beat their numbers. So that's really not a surprise. Whether they gap up or down seems largely irrelevant to what the price action is going to do once the market opens. So don't worry about that. But if you like Visa or that segment, there it is. The American Express, by the way, also had earnings and is on the list. Pretty much same story, right? They actually missed on bottom line revenue earnings, sorry, slightly, but nothing to be concerned about. Anyway, so
What's
that's
it? What's it?
AXP is American Express. Sorry, yeah, V and AXP. But we got to get to the big one, which has actually gone green here again. Apple. I mean, Apple was the big earnings after the close yesterday. And Carlos, you got to look at like a 5-minute chart yesterday after hours because this thing was insanity. I was doing my mentorship session with my friends at P Capital, and I was only watching this, but look at these, up and down, and it did it like more than once. It did it a couple of times after the close, after earnings came out, and you get, it's one of those things to have to appreciate. Uh, sorry, Apple is what, a $3.5 trillion company. So, $3.8 trillion company. So, for each one of those up and down candles, that essentially represents something like $100 billion worth of market cap or market value for every one of those moves. Now, because it, sort of retraced itself, it's not like it actually did anything in the end. But I mean, that's not insubstantial. This is a big company to move $10 in a candle. And it's just fascinating for me to have watched that. I'm like, oh my God, can you imagine trying to trade that? Like, you could have either made a lot of money or destroyed yourself in a matter of minutes on Apple after earnings. But their numbers themselves were great, surprisingly good. They beat all numbers. They exceeded their sales forecast, said that largely driven by China, significant growth in their Chinese sales. They announced a 26-cent dividend. They also took the opportunity to announce a $2 billion acquisition of an AI company called QAI. Which, it's funny how, like, it wasn't, this is an Israeli AI startup that, like some companies, this would be their big news headline. Apple, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we spent $2 billion buying QAI. Like it was like a footnote. So probably doesn't make you feel that good if you're QAI, but you probably don't care because you're if you're a principal in that, which I presume is a relatively small company, you're going home with lots of money in your pocket. But in any event, Apple had sort of a big night. It's sort of always pseudo in play. Today could be a good day on it because of all that trading. We've got 4.8 million shares already, and after that move last night, we know what range we could expect. Right? It could very likely, go as low as $250 and as high as $265 or $270 even. Like we've got a range here that we could play with. So I like Apple today just to see what it's going to do.
Yeah, yeah. Just look at their website here. They got this dog licking the screen. Um,
Okay.
there's top dog stuff going on here. All right, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on Apple. Looks good. I'm gonna put it on the main list this morning. All right, Peter. Anything else as far as gapping now, or even more earnings?
I mean, actually, that covers all of the earnings. I was surprised at how many of them hit our gappers list. What is also gapping down is almost everything. Nvidia, AMD, both gapping down. We talked about AMD a little bit earlier, and that surprise move. It's still going, by the way. No news. I don't know why, but AMD having a rough last couple of minutes here, ever since the 9 o'clock hour clicked over. Quantum stocks down. They were down yesterday. It looks like they're gapping down again today. So Rigetti, D-Wave, Quantum Corp, they're all sort of gapping down. And pretty much all of the Magnificent Seven, except for, well, Apple that we already talked about, and Microsoft is actually green. But I don't think we were watching earlier this week some Google and Meta because they were moving and doing some interesting things. Obviously, with earnings on Microsoft and Meta, they had our attention earlier. But I think the focus is going to be shifting back to semis, back to, oddly, there are memory companies. So SanDisk and Western Digital. I think I'm going to keep an eye on those and Apple. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I did like the way Microsoft sold off yesterday, and even their pre-market activity today. I mean, this looks actually pretty interesting. So I will put it on my secondary list. I agree, Peter. We're not gonna have a day like we did yesterday. I highly doubt it, unless everything lines up perfectly. Market starts to rally. Clearly Microsoft had a big gap down, so people might think it's oversold. A good time to buy. You guys were getting in on swing trades for this thing for long term, because Microsoft dropped as much as it did, right? So maybe some of that could take place. So I will put it on my secondary list, and just to keep an eye on it and see if it does anything interesting. But Apple, SanDisk, MU, AMD, and SLV are on my list, and I think I kind of like the list I have for this Friday. Let's go to you guys. What do you guys like this morning? Let's see what with our chat room and also over on YouTube and X. Let's see what you guys like got going on. AMD, we do have on there. Tesla earnings today? No.
No.
Tesla's earnings yesterday,
No.
right? No, the day before. 2 days ago.
Wednesday after the close.
Wednesday, yeah. So yeah, that's done. That was the big thing. You had Microsoft, you had Tesla, and I forget the other one, either Meta or Google. I forgot, but that was the
Meta.
big day. Meta. Okay, there you go. So AMD is good. AMD earnings leak. I have no idea. They're down the road alongside with Nvidia.
Yeah, their earnings are next week. I think it's Wednesday of next week. So it could be if that's what's happening, then that somebody knows something that they haven't publicly released. So
yeah, that's not good. All right, what else? Let's see. IREN. Let's take a look at IREN. This is one ticket that I never liked to trade or look at. It's just price action is weird for me. I don't know. I know you guys like it because you guys mention it a lot. So I think there's a lot of people that do trade this one. I find it a little bit tougher to trade, so I usually end up skipping it. Yesterday, they did have a nice drop, but again, I can't give them credit for that because everything had a nice drop yesterday. Not everything, but most things had a beautiful drop yesterday. Like if you look at PLTR, Microsoft, eventually, Tesla, a lot of things just sold off pretty aggressive. So if you like it, put it on deck. Peter, I'm not going to have it. You?
Yeah, no. It's been a weird one. It's been on our list for a while now, like maybe the last 2 years. And every time I look at the company, I just find it an odd company. It's an Australian-based data center provider initially that decided they were going to be a Bitcoin crypto type company, and then that didn't really sort of give them the growth they were looking for. So then they pivoted back to focusing on AI and cloud. I don't know actually what they're doing to deliver services in the back end. I mean, I can only tell you the marketing front end, right, what we hear, but it just feels like they're all over the place, just saying they're just trying to jump on the next hot thing to pump the stock price. That's what it feels like, but it could be an awesome company, well run. I really have no idea, but their public presence has just feels opportunistic.
Yeah. All right. We'll leave that one alone for now. Let's see what else, friends, you guys got going on here. Rigetti. Did we add Rigetti? We talked about Rigetti and Quantum. They're making some noise today. Here's Rigetti, 900,000 shares traded. Pre-market action looks active. What happened? Something else falling apart? AMD? No?
The bat phone's ringing.
Oh, the bat phone's ringing. Oh, we can't hear it. We can't hear the bat phone. We cannot hear that. All right, so let's see here. Apple, Nvidia. What else? Nvidia. Did we look at Nvidia? What's Nvidia up to? Nvidia here, good volume, 3.1 million shares traded, slightly red. I mean, I'm not gonna have it on my main list. I'm gonna go with AMD, especially with the way that's been moving. But I will add Nvidia to my secondary list. Like we do have to watch this one. This could be interesting. All right, what else? Anything else? Okay, good. I think we have a great list. I think we really have a great list today. AVGO popping. Let's look at that one for the last one here, and then we'll get going. Yeah, AVGO doing some stuff here. I don't know if I have any more space for AVGO, but you can see it moving here. This stock does trade well when it is in play. We have had some great trading on this one, but for the most part, it's a hit or miss. So I think I got plenty of semis and tech companies on my list already. I'm gonna skip on this one. But if you guys see something great, let us know. All right, friends, let's head over to bearwithtraders.com where you can hit on webinars so you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Today's Friday, so scroll down there and see what's taking place today.
And Carlos, as you know, this is my last trading day before I head on vacation for the next 2 weeks, and I'm not going to trade. So I am going to be swinging for the fences and making big trades so that I can pay for my vacation today. Is that the right approach?
That is not what you want to do today.
All right. So thank you, Carlos, for joining me in that little skit. No, guys, look, today, I am actually going on vacation for 2 weeks. The last thing I want on my vacation is to be sitting on the beach going, what the hell did I do on Friday? What a moron. Why did I do that? Right? I've been there. It is the worst thing to do. I'm not going to ruin my vacation by doing that. If I see a trade, I'm going to take it. But I am following my rules, because at least then I can go and say, you know what, it didn't work out, but I followed my rules. It was a good setup. It just didn't work. If it does work, I can go happy and say, like, I had a good Friday. But one way or the other, I am not paying for this vacation today. That's not the way it's going to work, and I'm not going to try. So, anyways, that's I mention that because all too often you get that temptation, even if you don't consciously acknowledge it, right? You can do that sometimes where you're coming into these life events that have nothing to do with trading, and then suddenly it affects your trading, and you only realize after the fact. The more you can sort of push that thought forward and make it a conscious thought, the better you can manage it, fight it, right? Resist it,
Yeah.
so that you're focused to the market the way you should be, and without all of that baggage. So, anyways, all right, guys. In terms of what's happening in the chat room today, pretty quiet day. It's Friday after all, which means we don't have any bear bull trading webinars for you. What we do have is the usual Peak Capital Bootcamp prep meeting that happens at noon. If you're already registered for bootcamp on the next session, then you already know about it. You would have an email. You know where to go. Mike leads that so that he can get you ready. Bootcamp is such an intensive program. In fact, we were talking about that at my team meeting last night, where people were like, I got so much homework. I'm falling behind on the homework. And we ended up having a good conversation about, the homework is an enabler to the trading. Focus on your trading first and foremost. The homework is just to help you with that. So, it's one of those things where we want people to focus on the right things. And I said, it's sort of like, made me think, it's sort of like driving a car, right? And you ever tried to teach a kid how to drive a car? Do you remember doing it yourself? Right? And they say, you go into the class and they're like, make sure you understand everything around you, and look left and look right, and watch your mirrors and watch your side mirrors, and keep a distance between you and the car ahead. And if you get too focused on looking at the rearview mirror and worries behind you, and then don't notice the light changes and slams into the car in front of you, you've done something wrong. So stare forward first, right? All the rest is important, but secondary. What the hell is going on?
Absolutely.
So, in any event. All right. My phone is ringing. Noise canceling, I think, is keeping that out, so it's just annoying me. If you want to join us at Bear Traders, guys, and get all of these continuous pearls of wisdom, then you can join us in the chat room. It's a great, great environment, and it's always a lot of fun. Our members are fantastic, and it's a great place to be. Consider joining. Go to bearbulltraders.com, scroll down, and you can see the different membership options like you have listed on the screen. Pick the one that you like best. Now, speaking of travel and vacation, Carlos, one of the things that we've been quiet about the last 2 days, our friends in Spain, their Spain adventure's coming to an end, isn't it? Is this their last day?
Yeah, I think this is the last day. I think John left he left like yesterday or the day before, so they're starting to dwindle down. Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. Well. So there you go. So I hope they enjoyed their time. It looks like they were having lots of fun. They certainly were loving the opportunity to trade together as a group, which is, if you've never done it, by the way, trading in a room is a different experience. It's well worth doing. It can be quite rewarding, and it's great to sometimes you don't even trade yourself. You're just so fascinated watching what other people are doing that you sort of forget your own opportunities. So, Raph, John, look at that, he's back. He got home last night. All right. So there you go. I guess we'll find out when Andrew joins, where he's joining from, or if he joins. Maybe he's en route. I have no idea. But Brian will be here one way or the other for the chat room. And of course, Carlos and I, we're not going anywhere. We're sticking with you.
We'll be right here. I think Andrew might be stopping somewhere else. I can't see him taking direct flights. Like, he probably is going to go from there to like some kind of island. Right, he can't take these long flights, so he'll just go to the airport and say, okay, how can I get there? Can I fly to some island? And then from there, as long as they have Wi-Fi, that's all he cares about. All right, friends, let's
takes a direct flight anywhere. He's always, even if he has a direct flight booked, how many times, Carlos, have we seen where he's like, I was supposed to fly home, and I got to the airport and decided, no, instead I'm going to, Dubai, and off he goes, right?
Yeah.
he's done that so many times. I always remember early on when he was a trader, it blew my mind where he did this one time where he flew back to Vancouver, landed, stepped out of the airport into the cold and rain, turned around and went back in and looked at the departures and said, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm going there. He got back on a plane and flew it again. That, to me, that was like, trader lifestyle right there, baby. Like that's
Oh
how
yeah,
you do it, right? When
that's
you
it,
got no
man.
commitments and you're like, no, you know what? I made a mistake. I don't want to be here. And off you go. That was like me baller move, man. I love that.
Yeah,
So
no, just awesome.
all
Um,
right.
all right, friends. We got our list ready. About 6 minutes, 5 minutes to the market opener. So let's get some levels in. Let's get some levels in, and then get ready for the market open, and we'll see how this day is going to treat us. So let's start with Apple. Apple on deck this morning. What do we have here? We're gonna zoom into Apple. Let's see here, daily. Oh no. Here we go. That's the daily. All right, so let's see. Right now, we got this range. Again, madness yesterday, as Peter was mentioning, after hours, just the stock going insane up and down here. It's like a couple of just engulfing candles, like one here, big one here, up and down, just all over the place. All right, if we look here, we are surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. We also have previous day close, a lot of levels in here. So I'm just going to look outside of this pile of levels that we have here. We look at 256.93. That's a good one there. And then we also have towards the top 261.17. Low of the pre-market hanging out at 255.67. So once you do that, I think you're pretty much set as far as levels for Apple this morning. Next is going to be SanDisk. Again, I think this will be a tough trader, but how can we not have this thing on deck? Look at it go up 22%. It's only up like 30% on the year, some crazy number. 663, 636.71 is the low of the pre-market, and 673.99 is the high of the pre-market. And then there's nothing. It's just like these all-time highs. You're up here. There's nothing else. Everything's down below 550. That's right, below 550. It's just incredible. It really is. All right, let's see MU here, and we'll look at AMD next to see what's going on there. Peter, did we find out anything on AMD?
AMD, nope. Still have no idea why it moved.
All right, so we'll keep watching now. And again, got a great drop there pre-market. That seems some kind of news-related situation. 457.46 is the high of the pre-market on MU, so we're going to mark that there. And then again, another all-time highs. Last night got a nice, beautiful pop here, and as you can see right over here, it's a nice, beautiful pop, and we're just right back at towards this highs here. So 457.46 is your pre-market high, and I believe your all-time high as well. So there it is towards the bottom. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days are doing a good job. Pretty easy. You do not have to add anything else on MU as we continue to push higher. Let's look at AMD here. AMD, again, just out of nowhere, we got this drop, and it's continuing. Now, the new low of the pre-market now set to 235.50. So we'll slam a level there. And if you look at, hold on here, let's do this. If we look at the daily, just to get a bigger picture of what's going on here, high of the pre-market is all the way up at 248.66. So we'll put a level there. And then towards the bottom below that, in case we start losing some ground, we got some key levels here. This one here, 232.20. And then we also have 226.29. So that is AMD there. And you're pretty much set. Oh, one more, SOV. It's on my list here. I mean, just look at the action we're getting on this one the last couple of days. For the most part, not one that I'm going to probably trade, but I think today could have its best chance of making our list and hopefully doing something well for us. 86.20 is the high. If the low of the pre-market, the high is going to be at 97.76. And then within here, you do have the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days towards the top there. Do not need to add anything else. I am going to add these 2 levels, 93.01. If I can hit the right hotkey. There it is. And then also down here, 89.94. Then towards the bottom below the previous below the low of the pre-market, we do have 83.60. Not great levels. Again, this sector for me, day trading is a little bit weird. I have it here. Pre-market looks great. Let's see if today we can get something out of it. I'm looking forward to it. All right, friends, over in chat, have a great trading day. It is Friday, so please, as Peter mentioned before, be careful. You want to sit on your vacation next week like Peter, or on your morning breakfast tomorrow, knowing that you traded well. So please do not be a hero. Trade safe, and we'll see you guys a little bit later.
Don't be a hero.
No, not today. Not today. All right, friends, have a good one.
All right, guys, I'm just flipping over to my live screens.
Same here.
Getting everything ready here. All right.
1 minute.
I'm here.
Oh, what do we have?
Oh, there's my alarm. All
Shit, 1
right.
minute already. That's fast. That is fast. Okay. Here.
All right. AMD, I don't know what to expect out of AMD now with this big drop that we just had a few minutes ago, and it sustained it. It wasn't just a one-time thing. It kept moving down, so that's not a good sign. Maybe we can get a rising devil. This thing could pop up and back to 241, maybe even 242. We'll see some weakness. I don't know.
Let's get our market atlas going here.
Yes, Market Atlas. App update available.
All right, it's 3 seconds, guys, too. And there it is.
All right. There, as Carlos said, is the bell. We are good to go. Getting that pop higher on both Apple and AMD. Apple and AMD. Mm. Mm.
Okay, there we go. Forgot to type in my tickers in the order that I'm watching them in, so I just did that. And let's see. Look at SanDisk. Look at this. This is what is this? 651 to 667. That's just too wild for me. I know I could take less shares, but that's just too wild. Like this is insane. Look at the price action go here. How do you trade that? I mean, it's just. Well,
There we
take 20
go.
shares and
Partial.
close your eyes.
Partial. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Give me more.
What are you
I am
doing now?
short,
SanDisk? Oh,
short AMD. No,
nice,
no, no, no,
nice,
no, no.
nice.
Ah, damn it. Damn it. All right, that didn't last long.
What are you getting at?
That's
240?
too bad.
240.05?
I actually got short. Oh no, 239.97
Oh, okay, okay.
was
All
my
right. Yeah,
short,
pretty
and
close.
then I got a partial, and then it came and stopped me out. So that didn't last very long. I was hoping for sort of a rising devil type of trade, and it worked in the short term. I was looking to get down to 236. That was my targeted trade, but it didn't work. Here, I can show you on the screen. There's the very quick trade. You can see in and out. So, no, maybe I should have taken Apple. Apple's the one that actually did it. That's
Yeah, I
picked the
see
wrong horse,
Apple there.
Carlos.
Look at Verizon's 1 minute engulfing. That's actually trading pretty nice.
God, SanDisk. Look at the giant wicks on SanDisk. How would you even
Yeah,
trade that? I mean,
it's
that's
madness. It's wild.
I don't look at that thing. Oh,
Nvidia. Nvidia. Like the selling pressure on Nvidia, bouncing off the previous day close. Let's see if it means anything to us here. All right. Nvidia. What else? Verizon coming back a little bit. You guys take some stuff yet? 3 minute days. Chris, you're done for the day. That's awesome. Tesla. Let's see. Do I have Tesla on my list? I don't.
Hmm.
We always mean to watch Tesla, even if we don't talk about it. We always mean to have it on the list. How can you not?
How can you not, eh?
Nvidia actually looks
Oh,
maybe a
SanDisk is
long.
moving down. What is?
Nvidia, if it can break to the previous day close, it could actually be a nice 5 minute ORB. Right now, it's like that's rejection at the moment. But look at the Atlas too. It looks, you're not getting much, but if anything, it does look a little bit bullish on Nvidia. All right, 10 seconds to the 5 minute range to be created on many of these tickers. AMD. Here it is. Let's see what Nvidia is doing. Nvidia. Yeah, I'm gonna go long Nvidia, friends. So long Nvidia. I'm gonna keep a tight stop here. So 192, I'll get out because I don't want to come back to the VWAP. So 192, I'll jump out of it. I want to see a quick move up. If we don't get it, I'll hop out for a very small loss, and then we can always try it again later. But I want like a quick move here for the 5 minute ORB and the previous day close breakout. So 192, I'll jump out of it. It's like about 45 cents for me. So which is not bad on a $192 stock. So $192 stock. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get going. I want to see a quick, it's got to be really quick pop. Let's see if it can do it. It's hesitating. Atlas still looks good, looks bullish. We're taking too long. Yeah, it's taking too long. Here it is, 192. We'll get out of it. 192. The 9 moving average is trying to do its job. That's good. Your job, my friend. Yeah, we're going to get stopped out. All right, so we're out of it. If it comes back up, we'll get back in. I think it wants to break it, but I don't want to hold to the VWAP because I think it's just too far down. That'll be another almost a dollar or so. So I don't want to hold through that. All right, let's see if it comes back up here. I'll get back in for the break. Okay, I'm back in. Let's see. Here it is. Let's see if it breaks. Probably got in too early. Should have just taken the long at the bottom instead. I'm out of it again. All right. So 2 quick losses on Nvidia is definitely failing here. Wow. Look at the drop. We're engulfing to the bottom. What are we doing? That's a good fake out, Nvidia. That was not bad. You got me good. That was a good. I really thought right, you got me. I thought it was really gonna break there, my friend. You look good. Atlas looks good. Everything looks good. I thought you was really gonna go for it that time around. All right, let's see. What else? SLV, not much going on. MU. But the AMD is trying to hold something here.
Yeah, it's trying.
SanDisk is just not tradable. I mean, if you look at the price action on this thing, it's just wild. Like this is literally a $30, like a $30 candle. I mean, it's just I can't trade something like that. Oh, Apple at the VWAP. Apple at the VWAP. That looks very clean. Microsoft. I don't see anything on there. Just going through my secondary list so far here. What is it doing? Not much. Verizon just went flat. Had this initial engulfing, but then it just kind of went flat here. And our popcorn ticker got halted all towards the bottom here. It's open now. Let's see what it does. Look at the craziness.
The PMN. Yeah. That's no real surprise there.
Looks like it wants to go lower.
Apple's an interesting one, isn't it?
Yeah, I do like Apple here, man. Not the best VWAP breakout, but like you have it happening a little bit below the VWAP, which is okay because again, VWAP is it's an area, but we got some other levels here too that maybe can use this as support. But I don't know. Let's see. You like it? Do you like it here, Peter? What are you thinking on it? You thinking short of rejection, or you thinking long breakout?
I don't know because Apple can go either way, right? So it's always tough to tell what Apple wants to do. I'm thinking short more than long, but
pulling up the Atlas, and yeah, Atlas is pretty balanced out, man. So it looks more bearish though. 254. Like if you look at the Atlas, it does look a little bit more bearish than bullish because you got some real big orders down here. So that's good. See, we would have not taken our VWAP breakout here for a couple of things, right? It just looks a little bit messy. The breakout's not really happening. But if you did take that, because I have taken that, this would have been your confirmation. You never got your confirmation to get into this trade. See, this candle never goes up. And I know it might be like pennies or whatever, or but it makes a difference. It really does as far as psychology of what traders are thinking and doing. So that little bit there, maybe worked out before when you got in here and you got a better entry. But if you don't wait, then you have the opportunity to get stopped out. On this drop, you got to stop out like this. If you come down here, oh, sorry, I'm not showing you guys. So this little bit here, right? You never got your actual confirmation to go long for the VWAP breakout. It would have been right there, here. So if you try to, and this works sometimes, if you try to anticipate, you can go in here, get a better entry. Great. If it goes, you make even more. But then you run the risk of this. This will stop you out here. Okay. So that's why I usually wait for that breakout. Let's see. Let's go. SanDisk engulfing. I don't trust SanDisk though, so I'm not going to trade that. MU's got the VWAP going here. It's a lot of VWAP breakout strategies very early on today. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. Look at this one here. Pullback. Now, this is a stock that if I do take, I would give it like a $2 stop because you got to give it to at least $4.49. Oh, man, I think it wants to go here. Peter? I think MU wants to go. Yeah. Looks like it wants to go. Atlas, tell us what to do. There's nothing happening with Atlas. AMD, Silver, Tesla, Nvidia. Oh, I forgot to go back and look at Nvidia. I would have gotten in again. I would have definitely gotten in again. Yeah. Not too much FOMO yet because it hasn't ran that much, right? We need more than this to make it worth our while. But I think Nvidia wants to go long. I really do. But let's see. I would have definitely jumped in here again. Probably gotten a partial. But maybe I'm not going to regret that decision because it is failing. All right.
Maybe not.
I'm not going to regret that at all, it looks like. Let's see. So here's the challenge, right? Like, okay, so I have a bias or I believe or my signals are telling me this is a long. I have a problem getting in long in here, though, which technically,
right,
if you believe it's a long, this gives you a better entry, right? It gives you a better risk to reward, possibly. And you kind of can survive probably the pullbacks better because you're getting in on the pullback opposed to getting in on the break. That's something that I struggle with a lot on my trades, right? Same thing here. Like, okay, you got in here, stopped out here. Instead of getting long in here, you get in long where I got, for the breakout, right? And I got stopped out there. So it's challenging. It's a very challenging type of way of trading. I've seen traders that trade that way. I think that's an awesome way to trade, but for me, I find it a little bit more difficult to do that. Even the 5 minute looks somewhat uh, bullish on this thing. Ah, Nvidia's calling me. It's
It's
calling
calling
me.
you,
It's
is it?
like it is calling me.
Carlos, trade me.
Oh man, something's got to tell me not to get in this. Let's see what Atlas is telling us. Atlas is, it's not really a lot going on. It does look more bullish, but it's not. There's no nearby orders. Um, but it does look more bullish than bearish. Wow, Microsoft, nice engulfing. That's beautiful. Look at the rejection of a VWAP right to the previous day close. That would have been your first target. And it looks like it wants to go lower. So really, really nice there. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. Verizon just sideways. What else do we have? Nvidia, nothing. Tesla was good to the downside, looks like here. SOV recovering, guys. Silver actually going the other way, making a new high of the day here. So finding some strength into the market open. MU is just not clean. Looks.
Oh, look at the market's moving down pretty heavy,
Oh yeah.
and I'm short. I'm short AMD again with another tight stop.
Nice,
But
nice, nice.
AMD's fighting this. Well, the market's moving down pretty aggressively. AMD is not, so it's
That
already
should.
it's
Yeah.
already gapped down, I guess. So,
Hopefully it keeps
but
dropping and it can put the pressure on it to sell off.
yeah, I'm hoping.
All right, let's see.
I want the VWAP area for 241 sort of 30 would be a place I'd be looking to take a partial. So it's got to drop another dollar from here. But it may just take me out here first if it bounces back. Yeah.
MU,
Looks
MU.
like it's coming to take me out. Yeah, I'm out. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. The spread is pretty high in AMD. I got a lucky fill. My stop loss on AMD or my break even stop was 242.21 and I got filled
Okay.
at 240 yeah, 243.21 and I actually got filled at 243.01. So I got a 20-cent better fill than I expected, but it must have hit that price and then dropped off of it quickly and they got me a better fill. So that was weird. Now watch it. Now
Yeah.
it's going to drop. That's Murphy's Law.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
Spiked me out. Damn you.
Yeah. It looks like it wants to go to the VWAP here. Um.
Mm.
SanDisk is. I mean, it's trading the pattern. I like the patterns here, the rejection of the VWAP, but it's just the price action, man. It's just so hard to
Yeah.
hold through a $10 stop. Like You can take
Yep.
less shares, but $100 is a lot. I
Yep.
mean, 100 shares. What are you going to take 100 shares? Buying power is not a problem. So
Yeah.
100 shares is 64,000 buying power, but $10 stop is $1,000. I'm good. I don't know about that,
Yep.
man. I
Yep.
don't know
It's
about that.
yeah.
So it's wild. I gotta say the spread's not. Oh no, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. It's $2. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
I thought I saw something better, like 50 cents, but no, it's pretty bad at times. Yeah, this is not really tradable. Even if you manage your risk, what's the point? You're better off trading something else that has a better movement. Silver, silver. Hmm.
So yeah, what's what's
Just
silver doing
trying to
here?
go higher. Just trying to break higher here, but again, I don't.
Hmm.
Just
Yeah,
slightly
not
above his
doing.
5 minute ORB, so you can actually trade a 5 minute ORB, but I don't. I don't personally like it.
No. Nvidia. Oh, Nvidia's pretty choppy here. AMD. Oh, AMD didn't end
Yeah.
up dropping, so that's guess it's just as well that I'm out.
All right. I'm thinking. Okay, one last time, Peter. Long Nvidia. One last time. 3 times I can stop out on a ticker. I don't trade it no more. That's one of my rules. It is one of my rules because then I'm just forcing it. So here it is. We're long again on Nvidia. I
Mm,
mean, this looks as bullish as it can get. So let's see
wow.
if it can
Okay.
break here. All right. Let's see. One more time. Let's see if we get the
One
breakout now.
more time. One
I mean,
more time.
I thought about the same thing. I mean, look at this. Can we just get up here and start picking these people up? Like, come on. Let's just get to 193.50. Let's get up there. All right. Come on. We got to break the high of the day. Set at 192.98.
Oh, excuse me.
Let's see. Is the spike still dropping? I should have checked that. Is it recovering? Okay, it's
No,
recovering.
no, it's bouncing up.
That sh- that
Seems.
should help us. I hope. Should help this breakout.
So, Carlos, I wasted a whole lot of
Yeah.
money yesterday. Well, no, it
Oh,
wasn't
what?
yesterday that I wasted the money. I was so we've got like, connecting flights and there's like a 45-minute flight from here to Toronto and then I got to take a flight, the main like the 5-hour flight to get down to Aruba, right?
From
And
where? From Toronto to.
directly to Aruba to
Oh, wait. So what's the first
so
connection? I missed the first connection.
Ottawa, Toronto.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Which is just a little short flight. Anyways, so my wife and I, she doesn't like spending money on upgrades and stuff if she doesn't have to. So, but we agreed we'll pay for seats for the big flight, the 5-hour flight from Toronto to Aruba, so that we could sit together. And I went and booked
Yes.
them a few days ago, and I was just checking it last night. I booked the wrong flight. I paid for seats. I paid for seats on the Ottawa Toronto leg, which is like a 45-minute flight. So who cares where you're
Who
sitting,
cares
right?
what you
Like it
say?
does.
Yeah. You're
And I
in and
paid
out.
for extra leg room and everything and all the premium,
Oh,
and they will not let you cancel. Once you've booked, they're like, screw you, you bought it. There's no
that's not
getting it.
happening.
Even if
Yeah.
you try and change your seats, they charge you the full cost for the new seat. You don't even get the money back from the other seat. So
Airlines
I'm
have
like,
gotten
fine.
so unbelievable
Oh,
with this thing,
it's
man.
so
It's
bad.
just wild.
It's so
Yeah,
bad.
it's like penny
So
pinching every single thing. It's just unbelievable. Oh my
yeah,
goodness. So,
it,
so
it's
what did
crazy.
you
So
did you end
anyway,
up
so
buying the tickets for the correct long flight?
yeah,
Did you?
so
Okay.
I went and bought tickets. I made sure I did it for the correct flight, and I actually bought tickets. I didn't tell my wife this, but I bought seats for the flight back just to say I've done it, I paid it, whatever. Just get it out of the way. It was just an
Yeah, yeah.
annoyance. It was one of those things where
It's
whatever
annoying,
whatever it
man.
cost. But I'm just like it's more of an annoyance than anything. And then my wife's like hemming and hawing over getting like an eSIM for her phone. She's like, well, I could just tether to yours and use. I'm like, it's $40. Just buy it. Like, who cares? Oh, I don't know. And I'm like, So I told her last night, I'm like, look, I just wasted $100 booking seats that we didn't even want. So you spend $40 on the eSIM. But she's like,
Yeah.
she's always like so cautious of it, and I'm the other way. Like when I want to do something, I'm like, I don't care the cost. I'm just gonna go do it, whatever it costs. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
So,
So here it is.
yeah,
192 is my stop, friends. We'll jump out of it. This will be
yeah.
the last time I touch
Is-
this ticker. Um, Here it is, 192. Um, but but yeah, Peter, man, American Airlines, not American Airlines, American, like U.S.
Airlines in
Airlines.
general, U.S.
Horrible, man.
Airlines. You're trying to say,
Oh,
yeah,
they're so bad, bro. They're
yeah.
so bad. Like,
But
you go fly these other ones, Katia Pacific, and they treat you like a king. You like a king. These
yeah,
airlines here are just brutal,
yeah,
man.
I
Brutal,
know.
brutal.
Even back in the early noughts, in the early 2000s, when I moved to Australia and I first got on Qantas, and I'm like, wow, is this what flying could be like? Because I was flying all over North America for business all the time. And you get on Qantas, and they have like a little commuter flight between Sydney and Melbourne. And it's like a 35-minute flight or something. And they're hustling out to give me drinks and breakfast. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? This is
It's
awesome.
wild.
And it was a
We
warm
we
breakfast.
we got on Bangkok Airlines, for the last leg from Hong Kong to Thailand, and
Right.
me and my wife were like, let's eat because this is a 3 hour flight, so they're probably not gonna give us any food, right? Because we're used to here in the U.S. 3 hour flight, you're not getting no food, you're not getting anything, you barely get
Yeah.
a soft drink or whatever. As soon as we
Yeah.
board the plane, we just took off. Wine? I'm like, yes. Yes, absolutely. Wine. Bring it over.
Yes.
And then she's like, and then here's some meal. And I'm just like, what is happening? Delta, JetBlue, United, you got to get your shit together. You really do. Like, I'm serious. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, well,
So yeah, it's something else. It really is.
what amazes me, this is even before my time, when they go back and they show you like even like business class back in the 50s and 60s, where they would like wheel out a cart with an actual roast beef,
Yes.
and they would fresh
Yes.
slice you roast beef. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
The seats
That I can't
look
imagine.
like couches. They're like they have like all this space. Like you're sitting in a living room. Like what's happening here? At
Oh
that time, I
man.
guess you could smoke in airlines. So people were just smoking their cigars
Yeah.
or their long whatever cigarettes, whatever that thing
Yeah.
is. Yeah,
Apple's up
something went
above
south
VWAP again,
eventually.
Carlos.
Something went south. Yep, yep. Oh, that looks
Uh,
good, Peter.
I'm,
Oh, I like that. Damn. All right.
I
Oh,
like
that's
the
a
look
good.
of
Did you
that.
guys take it? I like the look of that.
I don't know. Apple's a tough one, I find.
It is, but if you set a stop here, what is this? 255.20. I mean, you gotta. I missed the entry, man. The entry's right here, 255. We're 40 cents away from the entry, and for the way Apple moves, that's kind of a lot. Not much for the movement, for the stop, right? Um, yeah, slow and steady. Nvidia doesn't want to stop me out, but doesn't want to give me profits. Uh, it's just like we're gonna hold your attention right here and just waste your time. And we'll see. Let's see what it does here. I'm hoping that the VIA keeps moving up above 192, so we can get away from my stop, and I'll hold to whatever. But it's not looking good. We keep coming right to this area here, so we're ready to bail on this one, guys. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, moving averages. Do your job. Push the price higher. It's been a rough week. This week for me, trading has
Have you
not
had a
been.
rough
Yeah,
week?
yeah. No, yeah. I'm definitely in
Yeah.
the red for this week. I had a great day yesterday with Microsoft, but it's not enough to help out the week though, to make the week green. And we're out on this one. What the heck is going on? Oh, montage. Hello. Click the montage. But yeah, this has been definitely a a rough week. I think it's the first red week of the year. Not the first red day. I had a couple of red days, but the first red week of the year is gonna be this one. Because we're not recovering. We're not forcing it. All right, so I'm out of that,
Oh,
unfortunately, and I won't
oh
touch it again.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay, come on,
Three,
come on.
three, three trades, and I won't touch that. All right. You in anything, Peter? Did
I
you
didn't.
take Apple? You took
Yeah, I
Apple.
didn't want to say anything. I was
Ah, it's a
short
great
AMD.
trade. Yeah.
It's because it was sort of against you there, but
Oh no, I thought you took
I
Apple
was.
long.
Oh no, no, no.
Oh,
There we
okay, okay,
go.
okay.
There we go. Another partial on AMD. I can
Nice,
put it
nice,
back up on
nice.
the screen here.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
Put it.
see.
See what we
There
got.
you go. So I jumped
Oh
in.
yeah, very
This is
nice.
exactly what I was planning. I was waiting to see if it dropped heavy. I was adding in, so I added in,
Yeah, yeah.
taking partials near VWAP now.
That's all. Oh, look at this
So
drop here. That is beautiful.
we'll
Very
see
nice, very
yeah,
nice.
how long we can hold on to this. My stop, as you can see, my average price is over 244, so that's pretty much where I wanted it to be. Ideally, I wanted it 244.20, but I over added a little bit. So
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, Apple was nice. Wow, Apple was so nice. Now it makes my
oh wow,
entry
look at Apple,
40
yeah.
cents later not look so bad after all. But you just can't do that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
it's funny how that happens, isn't it?
Oh, look at that. And it's got room. You got the previous day. Well, 256 is a level here, 256.93, but you got the previous day closed if this thing wants to go green, which right now is moving very well. And you can see this is a beautiful textbook VWAP breakout. So you got the break, pullback. Here's the confirmation. Gives you a little hesitation, but then here just goes. Awesome. 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 Tesla broke out, but it failed. Silver down. AMD doing good for you, Peter, here. That's nice. Look at MU. MU too also decided to hit the deck here.
Hmm.
Making a new low, and it's going to go lower. All right. Let's see.
All right, come on, AMD.
Soft.
Brigetti's dropped. Yeah, the quantum stocks dropping. What's the market doing? The market's paused here. We'll see if we get a bounce back.
Nvidia. Microsoft. All right. Let's see, friends. What else? What else? I want to go Nvidia short, but my plan said no trading after 30 minutes. Don't trade after 30
Oh,
minutes.
okay. Well,
That's it. Follow your plan.
you got to
That's
listen
that's
to the
that's
plan.
so let me ask you, Ben, no trading after 30 minutes after the market open, that's it? Or it's like you take a 30-minute break, you trade at 10:30? Like that's just trying to figure out the window. But if that's your plan, hey, if that's what the numbers tell you. You make money within the first 30 minutes and then the rest of the day you lose. Trade when you make money. That's the way to do it. Okay, yeah. That's tough though. 30 minutes I find it very short and tight. But if it works, that's what you gotta do, man. Just listen to your plan. It's about building that discipline, right? So you're trading sim. And if you find a strategy that makes sense, then try it. But yeah, don't break your plan. All right, I'm done losing real money. Let's go to funded account. I'm done for today. Yeah, no, I don't wanna.
I added into my trade on AMD. I didn't get a good fill
Oh,
on it though.
nice.
It filled me like a lot lower than I expected. 40 cents lower, in fact. So we'll see it because that moved my stop a lot lower than I had anticipated. So we'll see if I get stopped out. But
Hmm. I blew up my funded account that you won, and already, David, I gave you the funded account like 2 days ago. How did you blow it up, man? Actually, no, it's more than that. Um, but not the real accounts. It happens. You know why? Because I think with the funded account, you tend to be a little more loose and take trades that you normally probably, if you've been trading for a while, like I've been trading for a long time. So now the funded account is I would take trades
Right.
that normally I would not take with real money, and that's not good. That's not the way you want to use the funded
Right.
account, right? Um, but I'm gonna go there now and see what we could take. Oh, Peter, this thing dropped on you. Very nice. Let's see if it can go lower. Let's see if we can
We gotta get down
drop the low
below
of the day.
241. Yeah. Well, no, there was right at the open. It was definitely lower at the open. But because my first trade was actually below this whole level here. And then I
Oh,
was
an
stubborn
AMD.
and I
Yep,
was
yep.
trying to short it. You can see I got a couple of trades in here on it, right? I was trying to short this
Oh
thing
yeah,
and
yeah. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah,
so but this was the first trade that I took, which was way down
yep.
here. So that's why I'd like to get back to this 240 level.
Ah, that'd be
So,
nice. Let's see if it's
but
in the cards. Uh, Tesla. Tesla. What is Tesla up to? Let's
this
take a
thing could
Tesla. Yeah,
bounce though. It's the
the
market is
hotkeys. The hotkeys on funded account. We need to. I need to review them because I think I did something funky yesterday where it did not work the way I expected. I think people could get confused with that. So we'll look at them and kind of fix them. So today I'm just gonna do my orders manually. Let's see Tesla. Let's go 50. No, 25%. Let's do it smart. So buy 25% on Tesla long.
wow, Apple actually worked. I'm surprised.
See if we get the breakout. 430. 29 shares. And that's what you gotta do. Like trade small. See, 29 shares, trade small. You gotta get away from this 12,500.
Yeah.
So you gotta
Yeah,
get
you
away
don't
from
have to
that.
like
Yeah.
trade massive size.
Once you get to like, 20, okay, then increase the size. But if you start increasing the size now and this thing drops on you and you go below that 9,500, that's it. You blow up the account. Well, not blow up the account, but you're not gonna be in for the payout. So trade small, pull away from this 1,200. I lost yesterday because that error on Tesla with the yesterday was my first trading day when I thought I was closing everything, but it actually put me short. It was the hotkeys are very
Yeah.
very weird. We got to fix that. So we'll send our recommendations over.
Twice in the twice oh, look at this. AMD's coming right back. Twice in the last week, Carlos, I've been handling money. And because I understand that like taxis in Aruba only take cash.
Oh,
So
okay.
it happened that we cashed in like a lottery ticket where we just won $20. And my
Mm-hmm.
wife got like they gave her $20 cash. And I got the Canadian money, and it's been a while since I've actually handled cash. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I forgot that's what our money looks like. I forgot. It looks fake. It looks fake. And
Is
then
that
I'm
a
like,
clear
that's what
bar?
that's
Is
the
that a clear bar
yeah,
that?
they're plat. You can go swimming with this money and it'll be fine because the whole bill is plastic. It's a polymer.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Yep.
designed in Canada actually, quite innovative. But I have all this U.S. cash, right? And again, the U.S. cash doesn't look real either. It looks like because I guess you see it on TV as much. But I'm like, this is like my casino money that I'm now taking to Aruba with me. But it's a good $100 bill. But I'm like, I don't know, looks like fake money to me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It's just
Anyways,
see
just so weird,
what? Yeah, Thailand. I
weird.
was it Thailand or Hong Kong? I forgot which one it was. But the dollars are different size and they're huge.
Yes.
They're like,
Well,
why is this? This doesn't
yeah,
fit in my wallet. Like, why is this so different sizes? Like, I don't understand that process. It's very weird.
yeah. They're all different size all over the world. Let's see. What have I got here? Oh, this is the same thing in. This is Thailand. I got Thailand currency. Look at this. You want a whole lot of money in Thailand
Yeah.
baht? Look, I've got
Lots.
thousands.
Yeah.
These are all thousand
Yeah.
dollar. or 1,000 bot bills, which is not anywhere near that. But look at all this money I got in Thailand money. Anyways, it's all sitting over here. I got some
Nice.
Hong Kong dollars here somewhere. Got everything in this.
Yeah, the Hong Kong dollar was very interesting.
Somewhere in this office, I've got like one of everything, Carlos.
Yeah, yep.
Let's see. Look at this. Look at that. How do you like this? I just found this in my little wallet here. So this is like my random money that I've collected from all my travels around the world. And if you open this up, there's probably like 15 different countries that I can't even identify. Can you guys identify? Here's 100 Hong Kong dollars right there. How
Yeah,
do you like
yeah. See
that?
how thick that is?
There you go. Now
It's like
this is 10 Hong Kong dollars. And you're
right.
right, Carlos.
It's
It's a
like
totally different
small.
size.
It's like a
Yeah.
parking ticket size. Like what the
Well, you know.
heck?
Here's
Yeah.
some Australian money. Here's what is this from? I don't even know. I can't even read it. Anybody tell me? What is I don't even know what that's from. Anyway,
That's India. Listen, like let me see.
is that India? Could be. Some more Australian money.
I thought that looks
I
like
got
Indian, yeah.
Oh, Banco Central de Chile. There you go. Some
Oh,
Chilean money.
Chile.
You like that? 2,000 pesos. Oh, some Irish pounds.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. It's Thai. Oh, they're saying it's Thai.
Gandhi
Okay.
Thai. This is definitely India. It's got Gandhi on it. Reserve Bank of India. Yeah. Ah, I got all sorts of money in here. Look at this. I guess
Nice.
one of these days I should do something. How much is 100 Hong Kong dollars worth? Is that worth anything? Can you
I
can
didn't
you even like cash it anymore? Is it even valid?
I
I
think it
don't know.
is. I think it's not sure how much it's worth. We didn't change a lot of Hong Kong dollars because we were not there for long. Um,
Mm.
but we did bring some back. I don't can't remember what the exchange was. All right, here we are. Come on, Tesla. I missed the partial at 431. That would have been a good partial. But we're up on our funded account. Let's see if we can get back up there.
Hong Kong dollars. It's only worth 17 bucks Canadian. So, all right. So it's worth about 15 it's $14 US or something. Yeah. So not much. It's AMD is almost stopping me out here. Hasn't quite, but it's right on the verge of stopping me out.
Apple. Apple. So nice, guys. So nice, so nice. What a beautiful breakout that was. Even this big pullback here, let me show you,
There we go.
doesn't even come close to testing your entry up here. Actually, yeah, right here. So you pull back here. If anything, you add. If you want to add, you add and look at this. Going towards the previous day close at 252.18. All right, here it is, Tesla now. All right, friends, let's get a partial on our Tesla trade. Did that go through? How much did I sell? What? That doesn't seem right.
Got stopped out on AMD.
If I had 29 shares and I sell 25%,
You have what? How
that's
many
not
shares?
29 shares.
29
I
shares
sell,
and you sell
right,
25%. So you should have
25%. It
sold about
shouldn't,
six. Should have sold
right.
six, right? Or
Why
yeah,
do I have
six.
8? Right, exactly. Why do I have 8 left?
Oh, that's not right. Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Maybe you should have sold seven, I guess, technically. But 25%. Got to do the math right. But anyways.
It should be more. It should be a lot more. It did the opposite, right?
Yeah, sounds like it sold 75%, kept you 25%.
Hmm.
That's weird.
Let's
Oh,
try 50.
all right.
Yeah. Okay. Could have been a user error. I don't know, but I'm sure I had. I'll go back to the video. I'm sure I had like 29 shares. I think I thought I did at least. So let's go history. Yeah, so here it is. So yeah, I had 29 shares, right? And I sold 21.
Why'd you decide to sell 21, Carlos? Come on.
Because I sell 25%. I don't understand what's happening. Oh boy. No, the funded account's not delayed. The data, no, its data's pretty good. Data's pretty fast. So if you pull up Tesla side to side, it is pretty close. So yeah, if you try to like cheat the system, it won't work. It's too close. Actually, it's very close. I mean, that's what you're paying the $99 for, the data. Right? If you look at it side by side here. Yeah, that's look at it go. That's on it, guys. This is Dash Trader Pro right here. Dash Trader Pro, and this is the funded account. It is right on it. Yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't see the difference. I mean, Dash is gonna be faster, of course. It's Dash, right? I mean, this is what they do, but you can by the eye you can't tell. Look at it go here. Let's see if we get another partial on the funded account. Yeah, Apple was so great. Actually, Peter was the one that called Apple. He was the one to tell me to look at Apple, and I said, "Oh yes, this is great."
Yeah.
But it was Peter that called it. He found it. If I would have been watching it just a little bit sooner, maybe would have taken this trade. But when I saw it, by the time I did my analysis and registration, it already was up here. So it was not ideal. But again, looking at the move now, would I have love a triangle here, a green triangle right there? Absolutely. Look at it go to 258, 38 right now. It's going green. How does the fixed risk work in the trading terminal simulator? I will show you in a second here. So yeah, we got time, right? I'm not watching anything. Peter, are you still in your trade, or did you get stopped out?
No, I got stopped out. Yeah.
All right, so let's see here. Wow, look at Apple go, man. Oh, that's beautiful. And Nvidia. All right, I'm gonna go Nvidia long again. I am so kidding. I'm not. I can't, because that will break my rule. But now it's gonna go. But yeah, that's gonna go. All right. So this is how you would do it. Let me get out of this trade. So we're gonna close our Tesla trade, so we can show you this. There we are. We made. Look at this, guys. We made $73 on our funded account. Right. So nice and easy. Don't gotta blow things out of the water. Just take it easy with the account. And again, build away from this 12,500. Don't try to be a hero on it. So let's go to our actual simulator so we don't lose any money here on the funded account. So here's the way it works. Let's say you want to take Tesla long here, and you see this area here. Hopefully you guys can see this. I know it could be a little bit small, but you see this fixed risk situation there. So what you want to do is you want to put the amount you want to risk. Let's say you want to risk, let's make it simple. 150 bucks. I already have that there. Let's say you want to risk 150. You click on this little thing here. You see that blue dot, and then when you click on that, it gives you this line. So all you're going to do here now is you're going to put where you want your stop to be, and you gotta do this a little bit fast, all right? Don't do it too slow, but you want to put it, let's say 428. If you click on 428, it's gonna take the data of the price where 428 is, and it's gonna put in how many shares you have to take to only risk $150 if the price comes back to this area. Okay, now all you have to do is hit buy, right? And what the system has done already, there it is. That's your entry order, and then it's gonna put in. It should put in your stop order too. Did I do it right? The stop order should be in as well. Yes, it is. Here it is.
Should be.
Give it a second. Yep, there it is. My stop order also gets activated. 54 shares is what it calculates that, hey, if from this entry, when you get down to 428, the 54 shares should amount to about $150. It might be 155, might be 145, might be a little bit off because it's rounding, right? It's never going to be exact, but for the most part, it's pretty close, right? So now we just let it play out. Okay? So hopefully that was good. So if it comes down, automatically you're stopped out. And if it goes higher, then you can take your partials and all that fun stuff. You got to cancel your order. Let's say you do partial. Here's another thing. If you do partial on trades, let's say we have how many 54 shares? Let's say you want to sell 29 shares here, right? So we're going to go here and we're going to sell 29 shares, right? So if we do that, let's wait till we move up. Actually, let's just do it easy. Sell 50 shares, 50%. Let's just do it here just for the simulation. Oh, they fixed that. Oh, that's good. So if I sell 50%, it actually cancels the cancel. Oh, never mind. They fixed that. So now when you sell, it cancels your order. Before you had to go in and cancel your cancellation order, but it actually does it for you. So that's good. That's good. Wait a minute. Why is it?
Wait a minute. Every time you think you've got it, you're like, wait a second.
Something's wrong with this sell button. I'm telling you, something's not right with that sell button. How am I short now? 1,000 units.
Oh.
Or I did it wrong.
I don't know.
Let's hit the panic button. Let's get out of here. Let's panic button. Let's hit the panic button. All right, let's try this again. So if I go long, I want to buy this 100 units. Market order. All right, so we bought 100 units. Okay, so we're long 100 units. And I want to sell 50%. That's not good. How do we add? Yeah, something's not right with this. Am I doing it wrong, guys? I mean, am I doing it wrong? Or
I don't know.
I don't think I am. I don't understand what's happening.
Apple came off the previous day close and bounced.
I'm so interested in this. I'm not gonna let this go. Oh my goodness, look at Nvidia. I told you, third time. I knew it. Where's the Brian face? I knew it. We don't
Carlos
have a Brian face?
Carlos knew it.
We definitely got to get a Brian face. I thought we had a Brian face. We don't. We use this for Brian. Wow. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. All right. Let me see. Gotta figure this out. Let me get a new ticker because I'm messing up Tesla all over the place here. Let's get AMD. All right. AMD. Okay. I'm using the wrong button. You guys sure? Oh, that is. I see. Okay, I see what you're saying. Use the partial. All right, let's try it now. So, buying 100 units. Buy.
All right, what else we got going on here? SanDisk had to drop, Carlos. That $10 risk would have paid off. But doesn't make it any easier to do.
Oh wow. Wow. Yeah. That is well, they got that nice gap down they can try to fill, right? I mean, what does the daily look like? Let's take a look at their daily here. I'll look at their daily. I mean, look at this. 550, 550 roughly is the area.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you can. All right, so I got it. You can't use sell. You got to use partial. See, we're used to doing sell when it comes to DAS, but okay, I get that. So now, partial. Let's say 50%. No position selected. Oh yeah, that's much better. Good. All right, I'm glad I figured this out in Sim and not my funded account. So, uh, I'm glad we figured that out.
Yeah, that's always the thing you need to do, right? You got to use the tools, first to
Yes.
get familiar with
Yep.
them.
Yep.
You think you can just jump in and do it, and then you're like, why is this not
Find
working? What the
yourself in a
hell?
mess.
Yeah.
But this is good. This is a great example of like even on the actual your Dash Trader Pro, you should actually test your scripts, test everything without risking real money first. But look at that. So now we know. Right, panic and close everything, and there it is. Everything is closed. Okay, good. All right, now let's go back to our funded account. Now that we figured that out. All right. You know, Nvidia did break out, but it was very short lived though. I mean, you got the breakout. It went to 193.40, but look at this thing coming right back down. So it's just not trading all that well. But now, if it can hold the previous day close as support and push higher, that is real nice. If it can do that. So, did you guys get the how to use the risk amount here, the fixed risk? Fixed risk. Hopefully, you guys got how to use that. And then DAS also has something very similar to this. That once you graduate from the simulator or the funded account in DAS, you can also use that, which is really nice. It's very useful. Microsoft's going crazy. Let's take a look at Microsoft.
Microsoft's dropping here. Yeah. Tesla's. Tesla, you still in Tesla, Carlos? No, you got out
No,
of that.
no, no,
That's
no.
what you were
I got
just
out of
playing
it.
with. That's
Yeah,
what you were playing with. I forgot you're in your simulator account
yeah, yep, yep.
playing around.
Oh wow, it went higher. That's nice. What a beautiful breakout on Tesla, friends. MU continues slower. SanDisk as well. Apple reject at the previous day close, and Tesla is on fire right now. All right. Why did I get out on Tesla so early, by the way? Whose fault was that? Somebody asked me a
You're
question.
only trying
I
to
was trying to.
partial, right?
No, I was trying to
You're just
partial,
trying
but
to
then I got out.
partial.
I got out completely because someone said, "Hey, how do you use the fixed risk?" And I said, "Okay, let me show you. Let me get out of my trade." And now look what you cost me here.
Yeah.
You cost me a payout of like $3. Who was that? They're gonna get blocked. I'm kidding, so kidding. But wow, look at it go. That's beautiful.
Carlos on the warpath now.
No, Raj, we're so kidding,
damn
man.
you.
We don't care about that. But when we have a meetup, the first round is on you. It's no question. Oh man. Very nice, very nice. You are in TSLL. Yeah, man. The Tesla is just turning on the jets here. Did you hear that about space or XAI or something like merging with Tesla, SpaceX? I saw
What? No.
a headline. Yeah, I saw a headline
Why?
come. Was it last night or yesterday?
Oh,
Came over the
oh,
Bloomberg
oh! I should have mentioned that when you
thingy.
were talking news this morning.
I
I
just
didn't see
remember
that.
now. Yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Okay.
Um,
That would
so
explain why Tesla was jumping then.
yeah, because Tesla. Then I went to the stock last night and I saw there was like a little jump after hours. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. So SpaceX, right? Because
That's
SpaceX is
a
not public.
that's a smart move. I wonder how that affects Elon's pay
Yeah.
packet. He's got this massive pay packet, and if he merges them, then he can get all the value of the IPO on SpaceX in
Ex-
his Tesla stock. That could be worth
yeah.
trillions for him.
So here it is. SpaceX in merger talks with other Musk companies ahead of IPO. So, oh, and
Wow.
I didn't even read that part. They're going to IPO as well. Okay. I hate this. Why would you like? I hate these ads up here. Yes, I know you can block them with the blocking stuff, but it's just so annoying. I don't mind it here on the side, but don't put it on the top of the banner. It just doesn't make any sense. But whatever. And then from reputable companies too, like if you go to Bloomberg, even they do it. Like, why? You guys
Oh
making that
yeah.
much money off of this? Yeah, I guess
You
answers the
bet.
question.
It's the
I guess
business
that answers
model
the
now.
question. Yeah.
Yeah. So silly question. Come on, Carlos.
Yeah, it's a silly question. Demo request. Yeah, all kinds of stuff now.
Wow, look at Apple. Dropped heavy off the previous day close all the way back down.
Yeah, so this should be good. Let's see.
Hmm.
See how that goes. All right, friends. AMD crossing VWAP. Let's take a look. Wow, so this thing really just went to stop you up here and then it's coming back down here. That's a
Yeah,
shame.
I know. I see. That's a shame. I agree. That's a shame.
SoFi. Let's see. SoFi. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I did have it on my secondary list. I just didn't get around to
Oh,
SoFi as much. But yeah, they had a beautiful short today. Trying to see how I could have traded it. Um, maybe a 5 minute ORB, but to be honest, I'm not sure. The 1 minute doesn't look as attractive. I'm looking at this area here, right? So maybe what's the 5 minute? Yeah, I'm not sure. Shall I wait a bit more for AMD? Only 5% loss for now. Let's take a look. So you're long, short? Well, what's the situation? I mean, we can't tell you what to do, but we can review your trade with you. What I'm gonna tell you is follow the plan that you set out, right? Um, so before you take a trade, you gotta know where you're long. It's working now, so wait. If it stops working, get out. uh, no, we can't tell you what to do, man, because whatever we tell you is it can mess you up, right? But follow the plan. Follow whatever
yeah.
your plan was. Like when I always tell traders, when you get into a trade, a few things you have to have in place before you even hit that button. What your entry is, what's your potential profit target, right? And what your stop loss has to be. You have to have these three things set. So when you hit that button, all you gotta do is just follow the plan. You don't gotta get creative. You don't gotta start deciding, should I give it a little more, this and that. All you have to do is just follow the plan, right? And if you don't have that when you get in, whether it's a day trade, swing trade, whatever trade, you have to have this plan in place first, right? That's very, very important. Um, and then we're retail traders and we have flexibility. Sometimes I give it a little bit more and that has worked because I see the price action keeps coming down here and it pops back up. Sometimes I see, you know what, it looks very weak. And even before it hits my stop, I get out of the trade because all the signals I'm getting are not in my favor. Or the SPY starts selling
Right.
off and I say, hey, if the SPY starts selling off, it's going to mess up my trade. Why would I stick around to hit my stop loss? So sometimes you get new data that you can interpret and and make the best decision. So that's okay too. But you got to start with a fundamental plan first, like a base plan, and then you can adjust as you go. So if your stop is below VWAP, wherever it needs to be, just execute your stop, right? You can always get back in. I mean, we've done that. I did that with Microsoft yesterday and it worked. I did that with Nvidia today. It didn't work, but you can always get back in. But one of the things that you're going to learn is the more you stop out, the more you're disciplined and follow your plan, the easier it becomes to be more disciplined later down the line. But if you just, wishy-washy and winging it, and it's just going to get worse and worse. You got to build that discipline where, hey, here's what I said I'm going to do. And then saying is one thing. Then once you do it, the more you do it, the easier it becomes to just execute, and not get hung up on all the extra stuff that usually are not positive, right? So that's the best advice we can give you, man.
Yeah.
And we hope AMD works for you. We hope it goes from here towards the high of the day for you. So unless Peter's short. If Peter's short, then I'm sorry, man, but I got to go short.
No.
Sorry. I can't help you there. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, AMD looks like it's getting support here at the VWAP. It's bouncing for a second time, so. Oh, look at that. AMD is.
Yes, agree, Randy. We can't tell people what to do. You'd be surprised how many times. Not much for day trades, but we'll get these emails. Andrew gets them as well, a ton. We get emails where someone say, "Hey, I'm down $20,000 in this position. Should I bail on it?" And they've been bag holding for like a couple of months. If we tell them, "Oh man, yes, you should get out," and a day later this thing goes to like all-time highs, forget it. You're the worst person ever. And if we tell you to hold it, don't sell, and it goes lower, there's no win-win. Like, even if we want to help you, there's no win-win in that situation. So, but we get those all the time. We just, first thing I tell people is, what was your plan?
Wow,
what's the plan?
Spike up on the market. It's pulling a bunch of stuff up with it.
AMD pushing up too. MU. And of course, Tesla trying to get back up towards the high of the day there. So, Nvidia, look at the push on Nvidia. Nvidia's, wow. Look at the drop. It's just all the way back down, 191, back up here, 193. Just wrapping itself around the previous day close here.
I guess with my clock, man, it keeps disappearing.
That's Verizon. What else?
All right. Well, a little bit of an up and down morning for me. Started with a little trade that stopped me out. A couple losses on AMD, made it back on that last short. Now, I don't know. Now I'm just waiting for something to something exciting, I guess. Tesla, maybe. See if it can retest the high. Maybe there's a mountain pass type short in that.
Yep.
You got to see when it gets there.
Would I consider markets to be choppy lately? This week for me, it has been more choppier than usual.
Yeah.
But yesterday was great. I think the day before, was it Wednesday? Was also good. I watched the wrong stuff. But I think you're getting good movement, especially now after earnings. I think you're getting a lot of stocks that are trading well. I believe it was Monday. Was it Monday that was choppy? It was one day that was really choppy. Like, we all agree, okay, this was choppy. Maybe it could have been Monday or last week. Days are all just mixed in together now. But we did go through a very choppy stage, like the beginning of the year. Not so much now. It started to get a lot better, I think. So, now, as far as the open, keep in mind, like, Peter, great example. Peter trades all day. I trade from 8:30 to about 11. I'm usually actively watching the market. So my scope is this, right? Peter, look at Tesla. Tesla sometimes will do this the entire day, and then it will do this like around 1 o'clock. And then Peter will come in the next day. Oh, we had this great trading day on Tesla, right? In the afternoon. So the mornings, could be a little bit choppy. And then I'm sharing the wrong screen here. This could be a little bit choppy. And then later in the day, things get better. So it just depends on what your scope is and what you're trading as well. But I think it's been much better overall. It's been much better than choppy. I think you're getting a lot of play. So, and hopefully it gets better, especially after earnings season continues here. Look, we had Starbucks the other day that traded very well also. Right? Normally we don't watch this ticker, but this was nice. What was this, 2 days ago? Wednesday? Yeah. Right, Microsoft was yesterday. Starbucks was Wednesday. Yes. Nice short on that. So Sue's agree. Yeah, we shouldn't be asking no one how to trade, but we all been there, man. When I first started trading, I probably didn't ask nobody specifically, hey, what should I do? But I damn sure looked at the stock, say, man, I'm bag holding this. What is the EPS? You start searching the company. Where's their plan for next year? What are analysts saying? We all been there, one way or another. You learn, and then you realize, man, this is stupid. And the analysts say it's gonna go to $30. I'm bag holding here with an average of 15, and it's down at 7. But it's gonna go to $30 in like 6 months, if that. Hopefully, you never know, right? So we all been there. Then you realize that doesn't work. You gotta have a plan, and that's what we teach you. We teach our variable traders how to set up a plan, how to have a trade book, and that tells you when to get in, when to get out, when to hold, when not to. And that's basically the name of the game as Tesla continues higher. What a beautiful thing.
It is. Hasn't broken this high yet, but it's testing, so I'm keeping an eye on it.
Oh, you're looking for the mountain pass. Yes.
Yeah, it's not a great setup because it didn't really spike to a super high volume the first time it hit the high of day, but it wasn't bad. The market, of course, is pushing higher right now, so I don't like to trade Tesla against the market. So we'll see what it does. We might get a market reversal as it sits up here. If not, we watch and wait and watch for the next one.
Let's see here. Yeah, we could have. I know John is going to be covering for Peter. We can have Paris do a couple of days. I got to check with him. There's actually 2 days that John can cover, so I'll check with Paris, see if he wants to join us.
Oh, I thought there was just one.
No, I think he sent me 2, I believe. Okay. Maybe something else came up, which is fine. We'll okay. We're good. Okay. We'll get Paris or Thor or Megan. We'll get someone in here. How do we deal with the Wasio rule? We have a really great video on that. It's actually a good company that Mike found for taxes. They can set you all up with that. So does Wasio rule apply to you in Canada, Peter? Or is that a US thing? Does that apply to you?
No, it's a
Seriously?
US thing.
Yeah. See, man, this is not right.
Well, but you got to remember
why?
The Canadian tax code actually doesn't have much provisions in handling high frequency trading. So there's no official rule. The problem is the rules are variable depending on, if you ever get audited, it's based on the individual. Same thing with when cases go to court, right? It depends on the judge's point of view. So it's really strange. It's strange in Canada.
I'm moving to Canada. You got it easy up there, man.
I don't know about that. It means you could get away easy with it, or it could be high risk, right? Because if they determine that you're wrong, they're only going to find out years later. Then you got to pay it and all the penalties, right?
Yeah.
So and how they're south. So brutal. They're brutal on the penalties. You're like, yeah, but you only told me now that it's wrong. How can you charge me penalties back to the date of the event? It wasn't wrong for the first 3 years. You only found out. Anyways, the argument never flies. They want their interest, and usually the interest is more than whatever the profit is, significantly more. So
yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy in my opinion, but there you
just take December off. We had you guys know Norm. He used to just like on December 1st, whatever. He used to just trade like Apple So the whole month he just traded one ticker the entire month, and then when the year flipped over,
Right.
he could trade everything else except Apple, and that was the way around it. It is for us
Right.
day traders is such a stupid rule. I know why they did it, but it just doesn't make sense for us day traders. This is where like the exchanges they got to update things, right?
Yeah.
Because I get it from investors
Right.
when you're handling big money, it makes sense. If you can research all that on YouTube, the reason why. But for us day traders, it makes no sense whatsoever. Wow, look at Tesla
Tesla made a
go.
new high, so
It's
that breaks
beautiful,
my
man.
setup.
Oh, that is nice. What a great day. Are you guys
What?
doing
Why'd you
TSLL?
get out of Tesla again, Carlos?
This is
I'm kidding.
somebody in chat was
Kidding.
asking me, like a
Kidding.
new member. They were like, hey, how do you do this? I'm just like a good Samaritan here. Yeah, let me show you. And when I don't get paid.
Oh, Carlos.
No, we're good.
At
We're
least
good.
you're
We're
not bitter
just
about
kidding.
it.
I'm not gonna hold a grudge. Let me look for his name. I think it was Raj or something.
I will
No.
find you.
I will find you. Well, let's do this.
I will
Let's
find you
do a
and make you
giveaway. Let's
pay.
do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. Let's do that. Let's give away a funded account to our friends. Ben is asking, let's do the giveaway. I know what you're asking, Ben. You gotta go to work? Are we holding you up? Ben's gotta go to work. He's like, it's the funded account. He wants to be around for it. But let's do it now. I think now is a good time. Let's go and we'll do giveaway here. Okay, here it is. Let's do hashtag vacation since Peter's going away.
There you go. Let's do that. I like it. I like it.
Hashtag vacation for the funded account giveaway. That's what we're doing today. All right, it is on. Hashtag vacation.
It's on
let
like
it
Donkey
roll.
Kong.
That's it, baby. Free funded account, friends, whoever wins. And just a reminder, you do have to have a trading terminal premium membership. And then when you don't go to try to check out with this code when you sign up for the premium membership. After you sign up for the premium membership, then go add the funded account. I'll explain this in the email too. And then put in the code. A lot of people come back, hey, the code's not working because they're trying to use this code on the premium membership. It's not going to work there. So get your premium membership and then sign up for the funded account, okay? Premium membership is $99 a month, and you got to keep it active for the time you're going to have the funded account. And please make it last 90 days, okay? You got this. All right, Tesla continuing, friends. Wow, 438 coming up 5% today. What a nice move. What a nice move here. Apple, nothing. All right, we got 99 entries. Very good. Tesla is on a tear. On a tear.
Oh, wow. Look at Tesla go.
Yeah, it's rocking, baby. All right, let's see. All right, friends, let's see who our winner is for today. 3, 2, 1, and it goes to Hybrid Traders. Hybrid Traders, congratulations, my friend. You are the winner.
Hybrid Traders. Okay.
So send us an email, carlos@bearwithtraders.com, and we will get you all set up. So congrats, my friend, on winning the funded account. Congratulations. And friends, if you want to be considered, we do this every single day, funded account here on our YouTube live stream. You can join Lambos and Garbage Truck to be able to join the giveaway. Stay in the live stream, of course, and then we'll send you everything to get you all hooked up. So subscribe right here on YouTube for the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. It's like $5 a month. It gets you in. So, and you also get access to a bunch of other stuff like videos that we do every month, educational stuff that we put out there for our members only. So Tesla, is this because of? It's got to be because of the space stuff. I mean that's got to be.
I think so.
Big news for them, yeah.
Yeah. I mean that makes the most sense.
Yeah. It's very nice. Was giving yourself until today, going to go get the funded account next week. Yeah, go for it, man. It's $2.99. For 3 months you get to try this out, and you can actually make your money back. Like if you trade well, I don't want to say so easy because nothing in trading is easy. But if you're careful, you can make $1,000. Pay for your funded account and make some money. We had somebody else just check out. What was it? They only made $127, but they're gonna get their check. They got all this practice. They made $127, pay for half of the funded account almost, right? So you can do it. Just follow the rules, and it's so doable. And if you can make money there, right? If you can make money there, follow your rules, and you're ready for a live account. If you cannot do that, then the live account just gets more difficult. It's not easier with your own money. It's really not. So it's a great way to practice. Don't look at Nvidia, Medi. Well, I will not look at Nvidia then. Maybe we'll take a little peek. Let's take a little peek.
I'm not going to look at it. No, I got to take a peek.
Let's take a little
Carlos,
peek.
don't peek.
Look at this, man. I mean, that would have been a tough trade anyway. But yeah, everything is going north. North.
Yeah.
Very nice. Nvidia's all-time high is at 212. So we're still a ways from that, right? 212 on the daily. Could be higher because remember, these wicks only give you the intraday action. So if after hours they popped up higher, I'm not going to see that here. Around 212. So we got some ways to go here. You stayed in, Ronald? What did you stay in on? You stayed in on Nvidia or Tesla? Both really good right now. So rules on the funded account, they're right on the website. I could put the link right here. Yes, make sure you read the rules so you stay eligible for the payout. The one rule that people break a lot, I'll give you a heads up right now, is that they go under the threshold, right? They'll go in on Tesla with their $50,000 buying power. They'll buy 200 something shares, and then they'll go down $6,000. Well, guess what? You just went below the threshold, 9,500. So trade small, build away from that 12,500, and then increase your size slowly, but don't go below that threshold. That's the one rule that everyone seems to have an issue with. But here's the rules. Come over here to see this little banner on the side. You got FAQs right on here. Account rules. Click on that, and it'll give you all the rules that you need. So account rules, important information, important FAQ. So click on here. And here is all the rules to make sure you can collect your payout. Okay, I'll put it right on here. Put it right on here. There it is. Okay, simple stuff. Simple stuff. No overnight holds. We had someone say, well, we had someone emailed us like, well, if my position would have been open, I would have been up $6,000, but they were down 6,000 the day before. They would have been up like 9. Well, no, you can't swing trade, right? So everything closes at 4 p.m. So yeah, automatically closes. You can't hold anything overnight. And here's all the information, drawdown limits, all that good stuff. Okay. So, yeah.
Yep.
Take care, Bikers 2041. See ya. So, Peter, you fly out. Let's talk about something more important and more fun. You fly out today, tomorrow? Well, what's the situation here?
No, Sunday morning, like super early, my 5 a.m. flight. 5 a.m. was the only way to reliably make the connection. So yeah, that means I got to get up at like 2:30 in the morning. Yeah. So that's why I like to measure things in sleeps, just jokingly. So I say jokingly, I got 1.5 sleeps because we're not going to get,
Yeah,
we're planning to go to bed at like 8 o'clock because we got to get up at 2:30. So we'll see. We don't believe we're actually going to be able to go to sleep at 8 o'clock, but we're going to try. We'll give it the old college try.
Yeah, that's the best way to actually make sure your flight's not gonna get delayed. It can still happen, but rarely have I gotten any delays at that early in the morning. Delays happen later when things get
Yeah,
worse throughout the day. But those first couple of flights are always on time. For me, at least, has
I'm
been that way.
hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have the de-icing that needs to get done. So unfortunately, when it's really cold, you got the other problem. They got to warm up the equipment in the planes, which can be a little problematic first thing in the morning. But I have gone short to Tesla while we're talking here, by the way.
Okay, okay.
And hold on,
Let's
let me
go.
put it on the
Let's bring that
screen here.
up.
It's my first trade on Tesla today. So there you go. We'll see if it comes back and stops me out. Stop at break
All
even.
right.
Looking for a big move down here.
Very nice. Let's see if we can get that. Looking good here.
Waited to see if it was going to round that top. I mean, it might said come back and stop me out. We're not far from my entry. 50 cents for Tesla is a nothing burger, but let's oh, oh, oh. Is it going to stop me?
Drop.
Oh,
There it
look at
is. No,
that.
no. There's
Look at
the
that.
drop. There.
Look at
Come
that.
on.
It came right to it within like one penny. Oh,
Ah,
there we go. Now I'm out.
damn.
Now I'm
Yeah, I
out.
saw that. Yeah.
That's funny. Uh,
Close, close, close.
I should have moved my stop up and given it a little more room. We'll see what it does here. Let's see what's the market doing.
Here.
That's funny. The Atlas is like empty. There's like no orders. There's orders up at 440, but you would expect that. But let's see what it does here. If it retests, this could be my Mountain Pass type retest, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can come back up there. How's our X crew? I see people here. I like X. You click on people's pictures. You could follow them when they're chatting. It's pretty cool. How you guys doing there?
All right. Well, that.
Let's see.
Okay. Let's see. What else we got? Anything? Anything? AMD's chopping in a range. Nvidia hit the high. It bounced back a little bit. Don't know what Tesla's doing here. Apple, interesting move up and down on Apple. So now it's taking a rest. Microsoft is gone red. Interesting.
All right, friends. All right, Thor is up next today. You should be getting ready to rock and roll here. Take you into the last section of the week. At least here on YouTube. In our chat room, we got some more stuff happening today.
Of course, yeah.
Silver coming back down. Wow, that's a fun might be over, friends, huh? What do we think here? Down 16%. Verizon did manage to go, day looks messy, but did manage to go higher today. Here's the intraday. Nice in 1 minute engulfing, nice pop, and then from there it's just cross higher. It take a while to actually get going. SoFi, beautiful short. Microsoft, up and down.
Look at that.
Nvidia, they get the break. Tesla has definitely been one of the better traders later parts of the morning. I mean, this thing has just been awesome. So Peter, you contemplating a mountain pass here on Tesla
Mm, Not
or
really.
no?
No, it's
No?
not really a mountain pass. I am
Okay.
I am looking at a short here on it. Because it looks weak. It's not a mountain pass setup, but I did get back short on it, and we'll see if it pans out this time.
Okay. Okay.
It's still bouncing around here.
Yeah, that
There we
looks
go. Come on, let's
rather
go.
weak there.
Let's go. Now I want the big move. Come on. Get below. It's got to get below this area that it hit at before.
Yeah, this hopefully could break that
Come
20
on.
moving average there. And I got a level 436.40. Where did I get this from? 436.40. What is this? Daily or something? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like a daily level
Or
actually.
36.40. That would be a good level. I'd like that. That'd be
Yeah,
$2
yeah.
from
That
from
looks like.
my entry here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's see. He's trying to hold on to the 9 right now. Let's see if we can break that. Looks
yeah.
good. Looks good for
If it
short.
breaks that, it could very well. It could very well get there. Again, I'm just one spike away from getting stopped out, but
Yep.
there you
Come
go.
on. There
Come
it
on.
is.
Go to Carlos's level. I don't have a 436.40, but I'll take your word for
Yeah,
it.
I think it's an area, but I have this daily level here for that. So let's see. There it is. Come on. For
Are you
36.40, you can
short
do
on
it.
Tesla?
Yeah. Peter's short on Tesla.
Hmm.
There it
Awesome.
is.
I
There
like
we
the
go,
idea.
Carlos. There we
I
go,
like the
Carlos.
idea of being short.
I took the partial at 436.40. I actually got filled at 436.47. So on your advice.
Very
So look at
nice.
that. Bottom
Well,
ticked
don't bounce the whole market, Peter, with that big old
bottom ticked
partial.
the candle. So there you go.
But the order book, according to Atlas on Tesla, is quite bearish right now. So I would
Good.
hang on to some of your position here if
Oh yeah.
possible, and I would be targeting a move all the way back to the open price. That is where our
Oh.
ATR low is at. So, and we will likely
Wow.
close today near where we opened. So I'd be looking for a move back to 425 on this.
All right.
That'll be
From your
awesome.
mouth to the market's ears, Thor.
Get
Yes,
it all,
sir.
Peter. Get it
Make it
all.
happen. Yeah, baby. Let's
All the
go.
way back through VWAP, all the way down there. Like, I mean,
Okay.
this has a lot of potential and it's a lower, wider range. So we should close inside today. This is not a breakout day for this guy.
I'm all for
Nice. Peter will love that
Make it
before he
happen.
heads off to his vacation. Peter, my friend, have a great vacation. Have a
Indeed.
great weekend.
Thank you,
We'll
sir.
see
I
Peter
will.
in 2 weeks. Okay, so take care, man, and have a
Hell
good one.
yeah. 2 weeks. I didn't know you were allowed to do stuff for 2 weeks
No
around
kidding,
here.
eh?
Is
Crazy.
that,
Crazy.
golly.
Well, that's when you really
Peter was
feel it's a
like, you can try
vacation.
and
Like
stop
one
me, but
week,
yeah.
1 week is like you go away from 1 week, you just start getting used to the vacation. When you're gone for 2 weeks, okay, you're gone. Like that's when you
You're
really
gone.
feel, yes,
That's
this
right.
is decompressing. All right, my friend. Take care. Have a
Yeah.
good one.
I like
Safe
it.
travels, and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you.
That's
Take
amazing.
care, everybody.
How
Thanks.
exciting is that? I hope Peter is going somewhere incredibly warm.
He's
Oh,
going to
Aruba.
Aruba. He's going to Aruba, man.
Aruba.
Jamaica.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Ooh, I
indeed.
wanna take you.
There you go.
You gotta get your Beach Boys on while you're getting there.
Mm.
Get your Beach Boys soundtrack going. I mean, it's gonna be a good time. So
All right.
for everyone out there in YouTube land, yeah, Peter, safe travels, man. Safe flight, all of that stuff. And if you
Thank you.
need anything, just let me know. I'm happy.
You'll
You
fly
happy
and
to fly
rescue me.
down?
I appreciate
I could
that.
be there
Very,
in a couple hours, just saying.
very selfless of you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but just for Peter. I mean, nothing for it's not for me, not at all. Not at all. So real quick, let's go ahead and dive into Tesla here since Peter's trading Tesla. And because Peter was trading Tesla, probably many of you are also currently in the process of trading Tesla. So let's check it out. So first off, on our good buddy here, Tesla, you can see that our order book on Atlas is quite bearish. So we've got our order structure to our top side has leaned out quite a bit, and our orders to the downside very, very heavy. So institutionally, we've got buyers who want to buy on limit, but not as many sellers who want to sell. So other than this one seller's block that's sitting way the heck up here. So, which is probably what they've been trying to get to, but on the short term, it looks like we've started a bit of a distribution. So the only issue for me on this one is we did have the potential to get a little bit higher, but I do like how Peter's read here is. The double top here is quite lovely. We also have really maxed out our buying. So our VPA here is pretty maxed out also. So that's pretty awesome. That's a good time. So I like that a lot. So it's good to see everybody. Hold on, let me make this a little bit bigger because I can't see the bottom of the chart now. Let me pop it out. Pop. There it is. All right, let me make it live, and then I need to get up X too. So Peter is having a better day than me today because I am not in a trade right now. I have not taken any trades today. I have not had anything that I liked. So the only calls that came up today that were for me was there was a call on platinum and a call on a call on platinum and a call on natural gas. And neither of those I really liked. So natural gas or platinum looked pretty good when it called. But it sold and then bought back up a little bit, but you could see we never really responded to the level. It was just kind of all over it. So I didn't really see the buy I wanted, but it was a nice offer. But it just never really, if we'd have exhausted sellers or had like maybe opened a little higher maybe or something, I wouldn't have minded that. But Pivot Bot is being serviced today. So unfortunately, Pivot Bot has yeah. So we no alerts today. So on that one, YM open too low. Let me get X up. There it is. Andrew. There we are. Hello, X. How is everybody? Good to see you. Catherine's over there. Uncle Trades is over there. So we got a couple people coming in on X. So I want to say hi to y'all as well. So yeah, just like nothing really like was working for me. The metals seem to be a bit like exhausted. You know what I mean? The metals are a bit exhausted. So I think with the reaction to the Fed chair decision, I think we've started rotating out of metals quite a bit, which has thrown a lot of sell volume into the market. We had actually started a little anticipatory, actually in the end of last year. So, but now like this is really rocking and there's a lot of volume on this sell. So this would seem to be the beginning of maybe a rotation in this sector, which means like there's a decent chance this could be the start of something big on this. I mean, I think we could considerably give up a good amount of ground on a lot of our metals, like gold and silver. I think being the most obvious of what I'm saying. Like silver now, we've even lost the broader uptrend on silver, so that's pretty sketchy, right? So right now it looks like the metals are a sell, no longer a buy, unless something really changes. But I would not be surprised to see us getting back into the the 80s maybe on silver over the next, even the next just couple of days. We have our monthly R4, which is actually our premium level for the month, is all the way at $85. So this is more of where I would imagine we will value silver at. So I think we'll probably sell down to about $85, maybe 85.50 somewhere, or 84, $85 on silver. And I think we'll no trades for me today. And we'll find something like right around there, maybe. You know what I mean? So for me, I had no setups today. So just nothing working. So I'm just preserving. I'm still hoping. I was hoping ES would end up rallying to R3, or NQ maybe would rally, but both of these stayed very. NQ would need to sell to S4 to be a buy. So if we get a sweep of S4 a little later, maybe NQ sets up for me. I think that would be fun. But I mean, other than that, I just really don't have anything. So let me look at gold. Gold's in a higher wire range, so we are under S4 right now. So this is likely going to be a kill zone today, right? So we're probably just going to chop around. Chop around. I really got to change that alert. AVGO with a slash on it is not a good idea. Hmm. I like it. I wish it had adhered to the level a little bit better. Maybe I could take an equity trade today. I'm not even logged into Glass on. Just in case. Let me get logged in. Maybe we'll trade an equity ticker today. See if we can close out the year with a burn. All right, let's look at the book. So, do we have evidence of distribution on AVGO? So, in order to have that, we'd prefer to have a bearish order book. So, the order book for me on AVGO is a little bullish, right? So that is definitely a knock, right? It looks like it really looks like we have more intention to go up on this one. So I'd be a little worried with how bullish it is. But so let's look at we have maxed out. Oh, I do like that we maxed out our buyers though. Maybe we don't have enough volume to run for that order today. If that's the case, we could capitulate here. So if you were going to enter, ideally you would enter, somewhere around 335. My stop would be above 336 and a quarter, most likely. Strong buy, but when we offered the premium, we sold as a response and offered its value, couldn't buy it, and now we're offering its value again. This is pretty weak looking. I like that we climaxed our buyer here. So it's going to be very difficult for us to find more buyers. You can read this in the weighted tick, right, in the BS detector. You can kind of see that we moved up very hard with a lot of volume. So this is probably going to exhaust our buyer. So I like that. Then we pushed and made new highs, and as we made new highs, we actually deviated in volume. So we actually made higher highs on lower volume. So that seems like a weak premium offering, which I really like. So if the order book was bearish, this would be a no-brainer. The thing I'm worried about now is just that the order book is too bearish, or sorry, the order book is too bullish. With all those orders to the top side, the specialist is not going to want to leave them. You know what I mean? And with this buying here and here, it might just be too much. I mean, it's a really obvious spot to get in, though. Let's look at a little bigger time frame here. I really want to take a look at this one. We've got plenty of time. All right, so we're in the lower end. We're in the lower end of a broader range, so that knocks it a little bit. One moment. Okay, I am back. So sorry, everybody. I needed I just needed a second. My the doctor was calling, and I needed to add some things into his thing. One of the great things about being a day trader is that I have, I'm also I'm a single father, right? So I also have the ability to do that, but sometimes those things overlap a little bit, unfortunately. So I want to go back to AVGO. So thank you everybody from for staying with me there. So AVGO is looking really good now. It's got I really, I like how we bought up. We had the isolated pivot, right? And then we set. So this is looking like a decent call here on AVGO. So this would be an R3 short play, right? So we reoffered into the third level. The only the I like how, again, what I was liking about it was that we had climaxed. So we had our buyer climax here, and then we offered higher on significantly lowering volume. So as we offered more and more, right, we dropped quite a bit. So I am actually liking AVGO quite a bit. So I think this is a good one. So let's look back at the book now and see if we brought in some bearish orders at all now that we've started selling. So yeah, we have started bringing in some orders to the downside, and our top side has it's kind of dropping to the price, you know. You can kind of see like we're bringing orders to the price instead of holding them away. So it does seem like the ask is kind of coming with us a bit, and we are starting to pick up some bid to the downside. So that kind of explains it a little bit too. So we definitely have a little bit of a book flip. I think the market just started to sell quite a bit also. So, I mean, could be interesting. Everything else is just on a rip. All right. So, NG, oh my gosh, yeah. NG has been crazy. Um, no, I don't think I would long ES. I think we're gonna sell right now. Look at natural gas, just insane. So I was looking at this for a short when it got here, but I didn't take it for two reasons. So number one, there was no real interaction to the level. For me, it's really important to see an interaction to the level. Like I want it to wick and body close on it and then make new lows and have a bunch of volume there. Like I need to see volume or something happen. So when it came up to this level and it came into it, it went through and closed, right? And then but we were still buying on just very like general gentle like volume, right? Like so for me, it just felt still like a continuation. Right, like we're just going to keep on going. So, I mean, I'm sure at some point we're going to exhaust, but right now we haven't done that yet. Like, if anything, maybe a little bit more. Like, if it had looked like this, but down here, that could be more interesting, right? But right now, this thing just looks like it's this can sell, but I don't even know if we've really exhausted our buyers yet. People are just loving them some crude right now. So ES is getting lower. It would be an S4 buy. We're in a lower range, and we're gonna have to sell like crazy to get there. So NQ is really, I mean, look at this. We have a monthly R3 rejection here on NQ. It's a very strong level. This will likely go all the way to S4 and ATR low. Yeah, I can show gold. I will consider it for sure, Andy. Absolutely. But I don't know. I mean, at this point, you're going to be making some significant lows. You know what I mean? To get there. You know what I mean? So for me, we'll see. This market, I think that we're doing this thing. And what I mean by when I say that is, we'll see. I've been faked out a couple of times, because with just how incredibly optimistic the U.S. market continues to be. But look when you zoom out, look how long we've been in the same range, right? So I think it's pretty reasonable to expect us to go back to the bottom of the range, which is here, there, right? Where our monthly support six is at. Right. So I think it's completely reasonable, like with the way that things are going and the way that news has come out, that we're just starting a bit of a not a bear market by any means. And I think people get really weird with that term. Like they start throwing the concept of bear market around. If this lost and came all the way back to this low, it would just be a return to a broader value. Look, we bought premium here and here. Right. So actually, I would say the level's actually probably more that right there. Where are you? Come here. Get in there. Boom. That's the one right there. That shoulder, left shoulder. Left shoulder sets value, right? Offered premium, we rejected, we offered it again, we then bought it, we then came back to it, right? That's our level. So there's no reason we can't go from there all the way back to here over the course of the next few days. And it would still just be like a normal market movement, right? It would just be this. So, but I mean, so for an S4 long now though, I don't know. Like that's because you're going to be talking about, look at this big sell we've had down to here, but we did bounce here. So maybe we bounce again, right? But let's evaluate that when we get there, if we get there. AVGO started selling pretty well. Yeah, that looks good. So we're going to come here and so we're in a slight on top of a slight downtrend. So we basically have been kind of overing this trend. So we're gonna lose here and come, I'm gonna look for this to reoffer the open now. Nice, Premier. I think it's a good one. I really like this one. So the target for me would be ATR low. So I would probably go for like 325.05. If this works, you should go all the way down to here. You already opened, you already kind of opened the early market right there. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Are there other, are there other concrete systems out there similar to cam pivots? I don't know. I mean, yeah. There certainly are. Maybe not like, I mean, there's lots of different people who have done iterations or variations of varied systems, including CAM systems. So that's certainly a thing. I think mine is the most complete of these systems. You know what I mean? So like I think I've accounted for the most potential variable in here, and I think my system and calling outlines the the most. So when you say concrete, do you mean like proven that's been working for a very, very long time, or you just mean concrete as in like has very simple rules to follow? Right? Because I agree with what Pig Wrestler just said there. Like every system should technically be concrete, right? Like you should be looking for, what rules and principles you're going to use to execute it with. You've got certain trades that you say in certain ways, certain times. I don't believe in taking like setups that are not like setups, right? So, but yeah, but like having it be complete. I mean, the reason why my title for my book is A Complete Day Trading System, right, is because you know what I mean? That it's what it is, right? It's a complete day trading system. So but it's my system that I spend a lot of time, that I have a lot of belief and faith in. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I've developed my ability to read volume so I can kind of decide if we're accumulating or distributing as we go into that level, right? And those things really kind of help me put it all together. I definitely agree with you on AVGO. I don't know if it's ready to go yet. And also, one knock for the entry was that we were above the downtrend. It would have been nice to the fact that we're selling into this and then buying up through it. It makes this feel kind of choppy. You know what I mean? We're not kind of choppy. It makes it a lot choppy. I think every system I think in order to get into a trade. So here's kind of how it works for me. Systems should be very simple, right? Getting in and out of a trade should be very simple and very easy, right? You know what I mean? Getting in and out of trade, it should be very easy, like 3 points, right? Like 4 points, like very, very small. Like for me, my rule is it hits my cam level and I have an alert, right? Once that happens, I need evidence that it is distributing if I want to short, accumulating if I want to go long. Right? And then I am going to take, and then if those things are all true, right, then I need to be inside of this red box so that I can put my stop outside the red box. And that's it. I don't use patterns, so I don't care if I'm making a new higher high or a new lower low, or if all of these things are happening. All I care about is that I'm in the right range and I have the right type of volume behavior, right? And that I can get in the right risk metric, right? If I get short here and I run this all the way to 325, you know what I mean? Can I make that work? Yep. So of my plays, the lower wider play is actually the most effective. This R3 short here actually works quite a lot. Um, Geez, I don't know why my throat just started itching. After that, it's the R4 breakout and the S4 breakouts, then the S3 buy, and then the R4 plays. But the thing I don't like about this play, now in hindsight, the more I look at it, is we overshot. We're really not seeing. I like that we had interaction right at the level. At least it interacted. This looks kind of like a reoffer. This might be a really good spot to get into the short. We're pulling back right now and we're re-offering into the buyers right here. If no one buys, we'll make a new low. And if we make a new low, that'll be confirmation. That'll be pretty sweet. So we'll see how this goes. This next candle is very important. Like if we make a low right here, we will sell down to here in a heartbeat. There it goes. Oh, look at them suck it up. Oh, you dirty. They're being rude on this one. I don't like this. So this price action is very not as nasty now. I'm totally not into this ticker now. They're being, it shouldn't go above. This is a good range, but this is not. That should have initiated a really nice sell, and they sucked that up and then went higher. So there's some tomfoolery here. That combined with the bullish book on this thing, that's enough to discourage me, I think, maybe from goofing around with this one. I was really liking it there for a second. But look at that. Say they went back to, I don't like it. Let's look at Tesla's book because someone asked for it. Yeah, look at the order. You sucker. Oh yeah, anti for sure. I was just, we were just hoping this thing would give up. Look at the NQ, like starting to squeeze now. That's fun. I feel like we're about to distribute more. Like the NQ feels like it wants to sell off. Right? Like, look at the cues right now. Like, the cues to me feel like they want to sell, but they're in a buying range, so they can't get sellers. So they're having to really beat their way down through the buying range. But this does not feel like a buy. Like, we bought here, and then we had to come all the way down and make new lows, and with volume, we stopped them out. And now we're re-offering back into the open price. If we find sellers at the open price here, the algorithm's going to offer the low. If we offer the low, we've already shook out the buyer. So, and there's not another buyer here. So if we offer the low again, there's not going to be someone to shake out. And so this is a very kind of this is a really important spot here on Qs. We're in a buying range. So this is why we're having trouble getting our sellers because there's not a lot of people who are going to be willing to sell here, right? Because they've already bought and they've already been, they bought here. So it's going to take a bit of work. Um, Srini, what are you asking? I am from India. Can you say about silver and gold rates present in the US? I can show you what the futures are trading at. For me, if you're holding metals right now, I wouldn't be. No, at this point, I don't know. Um, but it happened. We had our big sell start. So I don't know. I think we could be back at $85 on silver in short order within the next couple days by the end of the weekend. So, or by the end of the day. Like, I don't know. We're selling pretty aggressively right now on the metals. So I would be looking monthly R4 is actually the value area on the top of the range. So I would be looking for if you're gonna look to buy, I would be looking for that there if it happens. Right? It may not be a buy, right? But if I was gonna look for a buy, I would not buy till we get back to $85. On gold, similarly. On gold, I likely would not be a buy on gold till at least like 4,590s, right? That's the earliest I would consider buying gold. At this point, we've went all the way off of the premium area. We were so like crazy high on gold. So we're just and now with the I think with the I think once the Trump's what do you call it? Candidate for Fed or appointee? Did I get that right? Appointee? I think when I'm not gonna tell you that, Yash. I won't tell you that. I'm still holding my physical silver. I will never get rid of my physical silver. I don't care. It's I'm so up on it. Because he doesn't appoint, right, Corey? It's a nomination. So, ooh, that's fun. I've been watching the Euro. Yeah. So yeah. The Senate still has to confirm. So, but I think when his nomination came out, I think the market was surprisingly happy with the nomination, if that makes sense. Like and I think because of that, the market is maybe has a little bit less anxiety. Because I think part of the reason why the metals were getting so flooded into was because everyone was, they didn't know what the market was going to do or if we were going to get like a new Fed chair that was going to really like screw things up, right? Like no one had any idea. So I think it made everyone a little freaked out. So they just started buying metals. You know what I mean? So I mean, I just think it's like, I think it's just a thing now. What would you like me to explain on QQQ? Just like what play I would do, which is nothing at this point? Or you mean like me just thinking it's gonna sell? So what's HO? So so um so because of where we opened on the Qs in a lower, wider range, everybody I was working with this morning, heating oil. Oh, that's awesome. Um, so because of this opening position, this is going to be an insanely choppy range, right? This is what we call a kill zone, right? So one of the reasons why we only buy QQQ if it gets down to S4 is because we want to avoid this, right? It could get to S4, but at this point, if it gets to S4, it's going to be like noon. I mean, it's just not going to be worth it, right? So, Yash, can I ask you a question? Because I'm kind of following what you're saying. How much money are you willing to lose? No, Eric, I don't like that answer. That's a horrible answer. You lose if you get forced to sell too, and a margin call will certainly make you lose. Right? So if you're gonna delete your whole portfolio by holding something that you bought at a premium, that's a horrible idea. Right? You're not gonna want to do that. Right? So yeah, but even without margin, you can go to zero. Right? Like if you no, if you oh well, if you bought silver, then you're not losing money in your portfolio. Like I would assume when someone says they're losing money in their portfolio, that's because they did not obtain the physical product. Right? They're in a they're in for an electronic product, right? So but anyway, you know what I mean. You're going to lose too much, right? You're not going to be able to trade anymore because you're no longer going to have the ability to trade, right? And you just don't want to do that. Right. So here's the thing right now, Yash, in my humble opinion, right? You should sit down, take a deep breath, and take a minute and ask yourself, how much money are you willing to lose on this? Right? And think about the fact that you do not want to become liquidity locked, right? Where because you are so in one position now and you're holding the bag. Now, I'm not telling you to sell. I'm telling you to sit down, right, and look and figure out the metric that tells you when you have to sell. And ideally, that would be before you lose too much to do anything, because you're also right now you're taking away the ability. You're taking away your ability to actually buy lower, right? You could sell, wait for it to drop for a couple of days, and then re-enter once it's bottomed out and gained stability, right? So now if you're still 2K plus, and going to zero on that amount is okay, then maybe just say, hey, if it gets down to where I only make 500 bucks, I just take the profit and go find a better investment or wait for it to bottom. So, I mean, because if you're, right now, if you're buying on a metal right now, I mean, let me pull up silver specifically, since that's what we're talking about. You have lost the uptrend on silver. It is gone, right? This is a blood red chart, right? This is absolutely 100% genuine selling. I'm not saying it's not going to exhaust and then squeeze. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that right now, silver is selling off, right? It's not crashing. Crashing is a really, don't, crashing is a dramatic term that does not apply to this, right? Silver is not crashing. This is profit taking, right? There's a shite ton of people, including myself, that have been holding silver since here, right? Look at the distance moved, right? And look where our monthly support is. This is our monthly range right now on silver. It's massive. You could come all the way back down to 38.50 and it would still not be a crash, right? It would just be an exaggerated sell due to profit taking. Because what's happening now is every time you go lower, you're hitting a new area where people had bought, and now it's going zero, right? And now it's going zero, and then it's going zero, right? And the banks can just buy it all, right? As you're selling, it's all getting bought. You know what I mean? And they'll just keep out, the big institutions will just keep absorbing everything we want to sell. But we're just all getting triggered. We're anyone who has been long is starting to profit take, or their stops are being run. Gold for me. So first off, I wouldn't buy it till it's a buy. You know what I mean? That's the first thing, right? I wouldn't buy until it's a buy. Right now it's not a buy. Right now it's selling. Right? Look at the volume. We are under. Right? If you're looking to invest on something, you want to buy it while it's a buy. Right? So we were a sell here. We exhausted our sellers, and then it became a buy there. Right? So you buy here and then you hold until it's a sell, and it started selling on this day. That's it. Right? When you're swinging, just use volume. Buy when it's a buy, sell when it's a sell. Right? So, but right now, if you're buying right now, you're buying while it's a sell. Like right now, you should be selling. If you're not holding, it's a sell. Right? So, but so I don't want to like say like otherwise, right? Like I don't want to say like it's your portfolio and it's your risk metrics, right? I don't know your account. I don't know what that means for you. You know what I mean? I don't know um you know what I mean? Like I don't know what your tolerances are. I don't know any of these things for you. So it's very, very important, right? That as you look at all this stuff, you know what I mean, that you pay attention to your tolerances and what you can or cannot tolerate. Right. So for instance, like if you can handle a movement for this to come all the way back down to here, then maybe you hold on to that and see. But at a certain point, it is just better to get out of the position, right? To just get completely out of your position, let the market bottom, let it start buying again, and when it buys, you can buy, right? So it just really depends, right? Exactly, right? But you never know. Eric, I mean, you could have sold your Bitcoin at 1,000 and then bought it when it dipped back down and then sold it again, right? So, I mean, it just depends on how active you want to be. If you bought silver because you plan, now here's another metric, by the way. Let me throw this one in there. If you bought silver, right? If you bought silver and your intention is to hold silver indefinitely as a vehicle for like, do I think it's possible 10 years higher, silver's higher than it is 10 years from now than it is today? I mean, I feel like that's probably a reasonable expectation, right? Not, and I mean, not that I have a thesis behind it, but I mean, I that's probably a reasonable expectation, right? But but again, maybe not, right? They could find a whole new alloy combination that's more efficient than silver, right? And then silver crashes. Like you never know what's going to happen. That's why you trade the volume, right? And make those kind of decisions. We're getting some spicy stuff. How's the keys doing? It's such a pain in the butt. I just don't see myself getting any good trades in today, but we'll see what happens. So sad. Just kidding. Least trades I've ever taken in a week, but having a really nice week otherwise. What did AVGO do? It's that bullet, that order to the top side is what I didn't like about AVGO. You know what I mean? It's gonna go get that stinking order. And then we had already overshot earlier. So it's not amazing. Volume settings for my ghosty candles. Yeah, NT agreed. I just realized like none of my stuff was turned on. I guess I really wasn't planning on trading much today. I kind of came in today like almost like not I almost didn't like even trade today just because it's the last trading day of the month. I've had like an incredible month. And I kind of knew just the way with everything looked in the market and the way we were opening that there just wasn't really like a ton of potential for like really good plays today. Like it just didn't like I kind of felt like it would be a hangover day. So for any of you who kind of trade quite a bit, you'll start to, recognize that the market kind of has these like what we call hangover days, right? Where, because yesterday was just such a big aggressive day, right? That it's, that the on the next day the market basically just ranges. Right. So, and we had such a great day yesterday. It's just like today, it's just like whatever. Like you just got to be okay with maybe not trading. So like if you look at the price action today, like look at yesterday, right? Just a giant waterfall with a big squeeze. So today we're just like meh, 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 meh. We're just not doing anything today. FOMC week. NT FOMC week. If you plan on if you're ever looking for if you're ever really looking for a week to take off, FOMC is one of them. It's a wide range though, man. Look at gold bouncing right here. So, okay, so let's see if we get a little bounce on the metals here. I think it's actually pretty possible. So, and this is kind of a volume read. So, I don't have a level necessarily here. Let me see if we do have a level. So we have this premium purchase here, value offer, premium. There it is. Okay, so we do have a premium area. So the top of this big candle, right? That's our offering point here, right? So you can kind of see here. We came down and on gold, but look, we had an exhaustion, right? So this is a seller's exhaustion. We came down and we maxed out. We went beyond the graph here. So this shows we're at an exhaustion point, and then we started to rally. And then when we sold again, right, we made new lows, but we didn't increase our volume. So this really shows again that we're in an area of exhaustion. So the response to that exhaustion was a fairly aggressive buy. So this is what we're looking for a bottoming signal. So you can kind of see we didn't exhaust here. We pressed lower, lower, and lower, and then boom, exhaustion. Now a weaker offer. So you get this higher high on the volume, even though you're making lower lows. And that deviation for us in VPA is what we're really looking for like a really killer entry signal for a squeeze. It is conceivable that there are going to be a lot of players right now looking and waiting for a really solid moment to take a long on to play a metal. Could be a lot of fun. Hard to play though. I would think more like Dalton. For exhaustion and things like that. Markets and profile is a good read. But VPA wise, when you're for like premium and stuff, VPA wise for like buying and selling Climax, that would be Anna Cooling. AVO, did it drop finally? I told you it looked good, man. It looked good. Like it just didn't. I mean, it looked great there. We just didn't get the sell. When we offered to sell, the sellers just didn't come in. So the algorithm went up and offered premium. We then went through premium, but look here again, exhaustion. And then we went and made the higher high, but we made a higher high on the price, but not a higher high in the volume. So this is that deviation I'm talking about, right? We exhausted, and then when we rallied, we couldn't bring in more. So yeah, that's fun. I mean, it worked, it fit. I think the reason it struggled is because we had a large order to the top side and we were actually above the downtrend, right? So we're going to have an algorithm that's not going to want to sell because we're above trend, right? And then we have a large order to the top side, which is going to incentivize directional movement, right? So this is just one of those moments where, gold could be a party here if it MYM's higher wider range, it's in the wrong spot. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. See, I like that, Chris. Even though you're like a baller scalper, you're still at least like thinking about how the ranges should respond, right? Like if it's a wide range, you're probably not scalping breakouts, right? You're gonna try and let it get to the top or get somewhere of interest, and then you're gonna kind of scalp and hit back towards the middle. So that's pretty brilliant. All right, gold is gonna be interesting to watch. We only have 2 minutes left, unfortunately, everybody, and then I got to get out of here. But so I wanted to at least show you guys here. Did you see how I read this kind of this bottoming action here? Right? And how you could kind of see it doesn't mean we do bottom here. We're in a really weird range, right? We're very low on a higher, wider range. So it's probably going to be fairly choppy. But that's a pretty darn good reversal signal, right? I mean, because we had this really, look at a whole lot of volume on a really narrow bottom wicked candle, right? Right off of of a level that we marked, a premium level that we had purchased, right? So I mean, it's exactly where you would expect to find this. So it's pretty cool. Good stuff. Let's see what happens now. So you can see here, we really had trouble buying afterwards. We've offered, so the market definitely isn't like, but I didn't even realize we're right at 5,000. Well, shoot. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So I mean, we just went down and hit the like one of the largest institutional numbers gold's had in forever. We just went down and tagged 5,000. Ugh, well, after you did, when you see it, you're just like, oh, well, that makes sense. Not, I mean, it could be choppier here than I thought, actually, but if we buy here with 5,000 underneath us, that could be a spot. Just sold everything 24% profit from 52%. I'm still happy. And what's your price of recommendation for both silver and gold? I would like to see gold get lower. If I was going to buy it, I would love to buy it more around like a little further under 5,000. But I mean, we're right at 5,000 for gold. That's pretty sweet. I think silver's got more downside than gold does. So silver, I think silver could still go to like 85. All right, everybody, it's noon. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you all had a great week and had some fun in this wild market of ours. Hopefully next week, maybe a little less wild with not quite as much news stuff. So lots of earnings and stuff happening right now, though. So it's kind of a party. So if you have any questions, come find me at Bear Bull Traders. I hope you all have a great one. Much love. Keep it green, people. Bye.